All right, so we can praise, esteem, and honor the Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach this day. Repeat this up in John chapter 5, verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And you will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Alahym in you. I come in my Abba's name, and you receive me not. And if another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. How can you believe which receive honor one from another, and not the honor that comes from Alahym only? Do not think that I will accuse you to Abba. There's one that accused you, even Moses, in whom you trust. Had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if you believe not his writings, how should you believe my words? All esteem and praise to Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Peace, brother Omar, man. John 3 and 22.
After these things came Yahushua and his disciples into the land of Judea, and there he tarried with them and baptized. And John also was baptizing in Anon near the Salim, because there was much water there, and they came and were baptized.
Shalom, Sister Rose.
For John was not yet cast into prison. Then there arose a question between some of John's disciples and the Yahudim about purifying. And they came unto John and said unto him, Rabbi, he that was with you beyond Jordan, to whom you bear witness, behold, the same baptized, and all men come to him. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except to be given him from Shamayim. You yourselves bear me witness that I said I am not the Hamashiach, but that I am sent before him. He that hath the bride is the bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom which stand and hear him rejoice greatly because of the bridegroom's voice. This my joy therefore is fulfilled. He must increase, but I must decrease.
Yep.
He that comes from above is above all. He that is of the earth is earthly. And speak of earth, he that comes from Shamayim is above all. And what he have seen and heard that he testified, no man received his testimony.
Yep.
He that have received his testimony have set to a seal that Alahym is true.
Set to a seal that Alahym is true. Now, I had to listen to niggas argue all morning about some of the dumbest junk I ever heard in my entire life. I want you to go to John 8 and 1. And when I say this, only because of what we talked about last night and Wednesday, that people who take certain aspects of the word before you get to Deuteronomy 8 and probably Jeremiah 5, and just skip over the overall point that is to be communicated. What's happening, Rohan, man? People missed the whole point, you did. They go to John 8 and 1, man.
Yahushua went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery.
Brought unto him a what?
A woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act.
Tell them what very act means. And then what they were arguing, niggas were coming up with scenarios on, did the scribes, was they running the train on her? And then they got mad because she didn't want to have sex with him no more. And all this other oofy goofy junk, man. Then it was like, did the narrator say she was caught in the act or did the scribe? And I'm like, what does all that matter? Like, how do we get in the word and argue points that don't even matter? Go ahead.
That is epitaphoral, that is in the act, caught in the act of theft, or caught in the act of perpetuating any other crime.
Now, of course, you know, some people, slow, Brother Robert, get focused on where was the man. I don't care because it doesn't say. So I'm not trying to, and this is where people come up with their rationale of why he didn't condemn this woman. Now continue on. John chapter 8, verse
5. And say, now Moses and the law commanded us that such should be stoned, but what say you? This they said tempting.
Not Paul. This they said what? Doing what?
Tempting him.
Doing what?
Tempting him.
See, this is not away from the fact of what we've been dealing with, because he said, you were those who were with me in my temptations. They're testing him. What did we read about what he said that the testing was for? To prove you, to see what was in your heart. Now I want you to pause, and I want you to go to Isaiah 34 and 6 on general principle. What's up? Melchizedek.
The sword of Yahuwah is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness.
That's you and Isaiah. I said Exodus 34. You see, smoked the marijuana before you got here?
Yeah, but you might have hit it.
No, because I know you've been smoking with it. Mm-hmm. One thing about it, we know you'll lie and go to jail for this nigga. No, you'll lie and go to jail. Notice I ain't say go to hell. I say go to jail. You'll definitely get on the stand and say, hey, the law says I ain't got to testify against my husband and tell a bold-faced lie. You ain't know that, did you? You didn't know that? Yeah, spouses are not legally obligated to testify against their spouse. You have spousal privilege. Like attorney-client privilege. Oh, you knew that, huh? You looking like, oh, yeah, I definitely ain't telling now. You all wicked as hell. You supposed to tell him that nigga. Wicked as hell. For what? Damn sure Liz, she going to jail. How I ain't right. She the one did it. So you want me to die like Sapphira, huh? They ain't again, So you gonna die like Ananias and Sapphira because she knew that nigga was wrong and she went right in there and lied with it. Died dead. Yeah, she did it. I ain't going to hell with you, and I ain't going to jail with you. Shoot, she on trial for something that's probably hell and jail. I ain't going for neither. That don't sound good. You know she committed a felony. You like to say, no, she ain't do it. She was wrongly convicted. She wasn't wrongly convicted. I know you. I read this law that say if your eyes seen it, you supposed to tell it. You supposed to tell it. And if you don't tell it, we stoning you. That's what it say. Ain't that what it say, sis? So you ready to go to hell for a nigga, huh? Shoot. You with it? Because you ain't gonna tell. Nigga in the back worshiping the sun, you ain't gonna say nothing, huh? But you gonna tell that, huh? But you ain't gonna tell on a murder, huh?
I ain't telling the judge in the courtroom.
Well, you in here, you seen it. So, and you supposed to tell it. So if they ask you, did he kill this man, and you know he killed him, what you gonna say?
I don't have to testify.
There you go. You use your brain. You use your brain. You use your brain. You see, that's what you're supposed to say. Hey, I'm not obligated to testify. You know who else who ain't obligated to testify? If you was to go, if you was to go to like a Catholic priest and you told them about committing a crime, you have privilege with them also. They can't tell on you either. You know what I'm saying? I don't think now some people are you're a mandatory reporter, ain't you? Yeah, you a rat.
For children, I sure am.
Yeah, no, you ain't no mandatory. You say you got the grown people. No, I think that would bear somebody something that jump by churches have to get, child sexual assault. Yeah, he's something that jump sexual assault insurance. That was crazy. But then when
sexual assault insurance.
No, but when you think about it, most corporate organizations have that. Because the reason being is you would think, why would a church need that? But at the end of the day, you bringing people in, man. I don't know what I don't want to get sued because that nigga a pervert. They do. You got to remember, right? When Puffy got sued by Cassie, he didn't pay that money. His insurance company paid that money because record labels have to carry that type of insurance. You know what I'm saying? So, but most people don't. We ain't involved in that. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that most schools probably have that type of insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because you may hire a teacher, but you don't know he or she is a pervert. Well, schools don't really have to worry about it. Then we move on because at least in the state of Florida, because there's a cap on lawsuits. That most people don't know that. You cannot sue any government entity in the state of Florida for over $200,000. Anything more than that has to get approval from the state legislature. They do that so one person can't bankrupt a city or a state government. You know what I'm saying? Imagine niggas suing somebody and the jury come back with $100 million judgment or $500 million judgment. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna cripple you. So you got to get state got to agree to it. But come on, Sabo. Shalom, brother Shaul.
Saying Yahuwah passed by before him, proclaimed Yahuwah Alahym, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth.
What else?
Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity, transgression, and sin, and thou by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children, unto the third and to the fourth.
Now come to Psalms 130, man. You can pick it up at verse 1. Because every time this story get brought up, I always mention to these people. These niggas was really arguing for at least a strong. I'm talking about. I left, came back. They were still going. about John 8 and about why this man didn't condemn this woman. And I'm like, how do you niggas overlook the whole point of that story, which is to show mercy on the condemned? That's it. It ain't no deeper than that. It's not that complex. It's just to simply show you that God is merciful. Go ahead, sir.
It say, out of the depths I have cried unto you, O Yahuwah. Yahuwah, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. If Yahuwah shall mark iniquities, O Lord, who shall stand?
Who shall what?
Who shall stand?
Now remember, they're testing Yahushua, so they want to see in his heart. We read Exodus 34:6, and we read this Psalms 130, so that you can see when they tested him, he showed that the character of God was in him based on his response. You understand? That's what you're reading that for, because they try. Then we read last night, you were those who were with me in my temptations. Now, if we was to pause and isolate every time the scribes tried him, you know what? We might can do that today just for the hell of it. Diet Coke. You know about that? Just for the taste of it. You know about that? The ring a bell for you? Indeed it is. Indeed it is. You know what I'm saying? So that you can look at that in that regards of what were some of his temptations were. Like what we read last night in Mark, when they say the scribes brought the man with the withered hand in, they were testing him to see what he was going to do. Because they wanted to have means to bring an accusation against him. See, they bringing this woman to him to see what he going to say, to have a means to accuse him. This is why when you look at when certain people come at you, they coming at you to have a means to have something to say against you. Some temptations is because some people are looking for a reason, Shalom, brother, and Shalom, sister, to have a reason to say something against you. Because we were talking about this yesterday, like your natural inclination in the majority of the time is to defend yourself. We talked about that for years, but when you achieve a level of godliness, you don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to say nothing. But it's difficult because 9 times out of 10, you saying something is usually not going to have the desired effect that you thought it was going to have. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to defend myself. See, sometimes, again, Proverbs tell you about this. Sometimes you have to be quiet, and sometimes you have to say something, and you have to have the wisdom to know when to do it. And I would probably say in general, in situations like what we're discussing right now, probably 60 to 75% of the time, it's best for you to say nothing at all. Or if you're going to say something, you have to respond like how the Lord responded, to where it puts them on the spot where they're convicted in their own heart. But the only way that we would be able to do that, you know what I'm saying? Indeed, Omar, man, the only way we'll be able to do that is if you crucify your flesh and don't respond and react according to it. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't easy, because like I say, your natural inclination is I'm gonna defend myself. But then you have to remember what I mentioned it last night, what Peter told you. You know, when Yahushua was threatened, he threatened not. When he was reviled, he reviled not. But he committed himself to him who judges righteously. Peace, Brother Joseph, man. So you have to learn how to do that. It's not an easy thing to do, because most people don't want to be talked about in a negative fashion. You definitely don't want to be lied on. You know what I'm saying? But then sometimes you would have to look at the nigga who lying on you. Then you'd have to look at it like we talked about Wednesday. If the devil is a deceiver and a slanderer, you didn't see Yahushua feeling the need to defend himself against a condemned individual. Defend myself against this nigga for what? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need. And I know we talked about that before. That's what you learn from. They bearing false witness on this man, all this stuff. This man condemned unto death. He ain't saying nothing. And you know what the reality is? Because me and the dude, my man's album, we were talking about this yesterday. You know what the reality is? Niggas get angrier when you don't say nothing. Because most of the time, what people are really hoping for is that you will feed their sickness and take that invitation to that party, because they're hoping to get you to engage with them, to have the back and forth so they can have something to accuse you of. But when you don't say nothing, they don't know what to do. It drives them crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking about on the flip side, like niggas arguing the word, because niggas get mad with me and platforms all the time. Because when nigga go, Shalom, brother Margaret, go back and forth, you know what I hit him with? You got it, cuz. You right then. Oh, I know I'm right. Hey, if that make you feel better, brother, that help you sleep at night. Because they don't know what to do with that. Now, I will tell them this here, hey, bro, don't talk to me. Don't talk around me. Don't passively aggressive refer to me. Don't say something hoping that I'm going to respond and none of that. Don't do none of that. Be a man and move on or talk to somebody else. Because when I tell you I don't want to talk to you about it no more, that's exactly what I mean, my nigga. Now, I know you know why niggas do that? Because they used to argue with women and men who act like women. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to let you know right then, because don't talk to me. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? And I referenced it in what I told you Big Cud taught me at an early age. And I want y'all to remember this if you don't remember it when I told you this before. When I was arguing, y'all have mercy on the soul with my homeboy Maurice. I don't even know what we were arguing about. He was like, boy, you know what you talking about? I'm like, yeah. And what you arguing with this nigga for? You the dummy. He said, you don't argue with a nigga when you know what he talking about and you know he don't. You let him stay like that. You know what I'm saying? And what it say in Corinthians, if a man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That means leave him alone. And when you turn around and you look at that, that's the epitome of being a man. And when you know what, hey, shoot, bro, you got it, bro. If being right means that much to you, then be right then. And guess where you're gonna rightly end up at? Burning in hell. And whose choice is that gonna be? Yours. Because what it ends up doing when you do that, it can tarnish your testimony. Let's just deal with that. You know what I'm saying? It can cause individuals to blaspheme your God, and then you end up frustrated, aggravated, and pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And you know what you were talking about. You sit here arguing with a dummy. Or you arguing with a nigga who you know whole objective is to destroy your reputation. You can't argue with a nigga who's out to destroy your reputation. Because truth be told, if you are in an environment of people who know you and they were willing to take heed to the slander of an individual and disregard the pattern of lifestyle that they observe from you, that speaks more to them than any amount of words you can say to defend yourself, truth be told. Now, that's one thing as a man, I think we all know what that is, that a man would generally want to defend himself, and that's any type of sexual degeneracy. Like, don't put that on my jacket. It does feed high-mindedness and the desire to be right, and you have to learn how to curb that. You know what I mean? Psalms 130 and 3, though.
If you, Yahuwah, shall mark iniquities, O Lord, who shall stand? But there is forgiveness with you that you may be feared.
That's good. Back to John 8 and 4.
They say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses and the law commanded us that such should be stoned, but what say you? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him.
Might have to what?
To accuse him.
Come on with it.
But Yahushua stooped down and with his fingers wrote on the ground as though he heard them not.
Heard him not.
So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone.
See, Lord, if you was to mark iniquity, who should stand? 1 Kings 8, like we read it maybe a week or two ago. There's no man on the earth that sinneth not. There's not one that is righteous or just, no, not one. You know what I'm saying? All have fall short of the esteem of Alahym. Let me tell you something, right? And these were things that were cycling through my mind as they was having this. Because I actually came off mic a couple times and tell them, like, y'all niggas arguing about hypotheticals right now, blood? That's what you doing right now. You niggas are having full-fledged, heated arguments about what you think happened with somebody else's genitals. Instead of focusing on the fact, and we're going to read it when he said, woman, no man condemn you? She said, no, Lord. He said, I don't either. Because when they tested him to see what he was going to say, he hit him down. Now, of course, we know the word. So we know Psalms 130 is what's coming into play. If I was to mark iniquity, everybody dies here. But what do we know that he said he came to do? Read me Luke 9 and 49. John 3:16 after that on general principle.
And John answered and said, Master, we saw one casting out devils in your name, and we forbade him because he followed not with us. Yahushua said unto him, forbid him not, for he that is not against us is for us. And it came to pass when the time was come that he should be received up, he steadfastly set his face to go to Jerusalem and sent messengers before his face, and they went. and entered into a village of the Samaritans to make ready for him. They did not receive him because his face was as though he was going to Jerusalem.
Like he was going to Jerusalem.
And when his disciples James and John saw this, they said, Lord, will you that we command fire to come down from Shamayim?
That we command what?
Fire to come down from Shamayim and consume them, even as Elijah did. But he turned and rebuked them and said, you know not what manner of spirit you are.
You know not what manner of spirit you are.
For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives.
He come not to do what?
Destroy men's lives.
He come not to do what?
Destroy men's lives.
But to do what?
But to save them.
So this is the objective. Why he didn't come to condemn this lady. So why would he do that? But these niggas don't. And I'm gonna read the Matthew 12 because it was an Old Testament only nigga. I don't like that nigga, and I done told that whole nigga that to his face because he did some junk I don't respect. You know what I'm talking about? To Mama Steph, for that matter, you coming at an old sick woman. There's something wrong with you. You a whole nigga to the max. If I was in that nigga face, I'd slap him in it. And I told him that to his face. You know what I'm talking about? But these niggas steady screaming the same stuff that they were screaming about the Lord in Matthew 12 when he was picking the corn that he's sinning. I said, well, you niggas wicked as hell. Because you know the nigga had a nerve to say he should have prepared double the day before. He wouldn't have been hungry. See, that's how you know niggas don't have a spirit. If you just listen to niggas with certain situations and circumstances, you can see the spirit of God ain't in them niggas, man. Because the first thing you go to is you want a nigga to die. But Ezekiel say he don't take no pleasure in the death of him that dieth. That's not his objective. But these niggas always want somebody to die. That's why I mentioned that the other day when people say it's two different gods. The God in the Old Testament is wrathful and the God in the New Testament is merciful. It's the same God, dumb it. You just focus on them parts because that's what you want to focus on. Like I said, man, we can go to 15, 30 verses in the New Testament right now. Where this man talking about you niggas going to hell. That man said in Luke 13, hey, you think the people who the Tower of Shalom fell on were sinners above all sinners? He say, nay, except you repent, you going to hell just like them. That's what he said. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? Read Luke 13 and 1. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That's unfortunate. No. I don't think I know. See, kind of say, don't put me in that boat with that nigga right there.
Said they were present at that season.
Don't say no names. I'll say it.
Some that told him of the Galileans whose blood Pilate had mingled with their sacrifices. Yahushua answering said unto them, suppose you that these Galileans were sinners above all the Galileans because they suffered such things?
I said no.
But except you repent, you shall all likewise perish.
That sounds like to me, say somebody going to hell. Keep on going.
Or those 18 upon whom the Tower of Siloam fell and slew them, think you that they were sinners above all men that dwelt in Jerusalem? I tell you, nay, but except you repent, you shall all likewise perish.
He doubled down on it. Oh.
He spake also this parable. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and came and sought fruit thereon, and found none.
Then
said he unto the dresser of his vineyard, behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down. Why cumber it the ground? He answering said unto him, Lord, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig about it and dung it. And if it bear fruit, well. And
but if not,
then after that you shall cut it down.
What that sound like to you, sis? Somebody going to hell. That's what it sounds like, don't it? Now, if I was to go pull some verses about this man mercy in the Old Testament, we'd be wrong. I wouldn't. But we ain't gonna do that. Let's come back to John 3:16. But you heard what he said, though. He said he didn't come to destroy men's lives. He came to save them. So his objective was not to condemn this woman because that's not what he was sent to do. If he was sent to do that, then that's what he would have done. Matter of fact, after he reads John 3:16, I want you to go to John chapter 8 and verse 18. Hear it from his mouth. And all of this is referring to why we read Exodus 34:6, because he said he's merciful, gracious, abundant in goodness and truth, long-suffering, showing mercy on the thousands, forgiving sin, iniquity, and transgression. And then, of course, what he told you in Jeremiah 31:2, I will draw you with loving kindness, which is the definition of grace. That's why we say, should we sin because we're under loving kindness? God said no. So just because I have love enough to absolve you from your guilt, should you continue to transgress against me because of it? Absolutely not. But we've taken grace and applied it, the concept of it, understandably so, to the concept like when you get a bill, you got a grace period. No, grace doesn't mean you have a period of time to get it right. It means I'm extending love to you when you don't deserve it. That's like when a judge can sentence you to 20 years and he show grace and give you 2. You know what I'm saying? He could have gave you the dub. Or we could read what it said in Ecclesiastes, because the sentence against an evil work isn't executed speedily, it's privily in your heart to continue to do evil. That's why when we read Psalms 101 last night, we read that because I told you I was talking to people about that, and I'm like, bro, so you think you gonna sin and you gonna dwell in this man's face? Y'all niggas talking all this stuff like you ain't never done nothing worthy of death, my nigga? Like, you niggas really gonna walk around here and act like you've never done nothing where this man should have killed you where you stood? I'm like, bro, you ain't never worshiped an idol before? You think you ain't never did it, but you did. This the thing with what I mean by that. I could have taken a step further, but I didn't. Because you know in Ezekiel, he said, what men got where they got their idols at? And they are. But you thinking it's got to be bowing down, worshiping the statue, this, that, there, and the third. Well, you niggas had things in your heart you put before God, boy. What is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? My dog who I was talking to, you acknowledge you were a full-fledged whoremonger. Boy, you unclean to the max, boy. That man could have killed you for that. Now, we were talking about a situation, man, because, you know, people argue this, that the text doesn't explicitly say that women can't be lesbians. Hold on, Sister Kelly. But it don't, though. Now, what my dog was talking about was the aspect of, which is a true story, that individuals will get asked that question and you'll make something up instead of saying, no, it don't say that. But see, this is when your understanding come in at, which is hard for people, because I'm going to tell you something. There's a branch of Jews. A gentleman I know, good dude, is a part of these branch of Jews. They call Karaites. Karaites move by the explicit reading of the text. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about explicit reading, they mean if I can't read it explicitly like this, then then it is what it is. So since I can't explicitly read, they're not to say that they're condoning or promoting that behavior. You understand what I'm saying? But they wouldn't come out and say this is wrong because I can't explicitly read it. You understand? Now, we know from Deuteronomy 25, he said all unrighteousness is an abomination. So this is what you're supposed to know. What's the first thing that he told Adam? When I say told Adam, I'm not talking about Genesis 2 where you read by Adam. I'm talking about Genesis 1. What's the first thing he told him to do? They stuck.
He pointed him right over the room.
He gave him that. It's something he told him to go do. You niggas do it all the time.
Oh, be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful and multiply. You know what I'm talking about? Now, what does that let you know? That the objective is to bring forth life. 2 women can't bring forth life. So by definition, at least in this modern time, ho, you demonic. You know what I'm saying? You demonic, ho, because life don't come from that. That's the same way if you messing with any type of booty hole, you demonic. You know what I'm saying? Because don't no life come from that. Look here, man. If you was to let your seed go in that woman's anus, well, you demonic, boy. Because can't no life come from her anus. Look here, man. I use the proper terms. I'm not trying to be vulgar. I'm telling you the truth. That's demonic. You want somebody putting his face all in your butt? That's demonic. You ain't got to. You already know. He say 2 men ain't supposed to do it. But then when you look at now, if you want to be technical, I'm talking about technical. That man say no sodomites of the sons of Israel, boy. That playing with booty hole. You know that's still illegal in Georgia. You can go to jail for that.
All them niggas in the line.
You know it's illegal in a lot of states. I mean, in some states it's still illegal to commit adultery. You can go to jail for it. You know, in North Carolina, you can be sued if you sleep with somebody's spouse. You can be sued. You know what I'm saying? Ain't this how it should be? How it should be is you die, she die, he die, everybody die.
Purpose enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Grievous.
He said he wants the kingdom on heaven and earth. We know that don't apply in heaven. So yeah, man, come on, man. Yeah, regular courtesy. Yeah. Some states may hit it from the back, go to jail. Somebody. I mean, it's the same way. How? It's the same token. How would somebody know you committed adultery? I mean, the same way. I mean, you know how somebody know you know you walking in the house. Y'all niggas done forgot to lock doors. Walk in here and they be like, oh goddamn. It's 2026. You niggas freaking. Y'all take video tapes of this stuff. You film it. You like, oh, you didn't do it? Press play.
Still pictures.
Still pictures.
Back shots was crazy.
Yeah, by definition in the Oxford Dictionary. And coniglius. By definition. Bulldog activity. Studying around. You know what I'm saying? You know what that boy said on that? He said, well, you got you a stud muffin.
What's that?
That's what he said on
It's a different type of stuff.
Lesbian Homie. That nigga say, boy, you getting stud box? That boy was clowning. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he said it's definitely legal in Georgia, but they don't enforce it though. You know, nobody's gonna go to jail for that. They're not gonna be like, oh, you've been sodomizing someone. Let me lock you up. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely can go to jail for committing adultery in a few states. These were laws that were on the books in the 1800s. They never took them off.
But if you like say somebody like attacks somebody and sodomize, you can.
That's different because that's sexual assault.
Oh, okay. Versus like you just doing.
No, we talking about you just doing this for kicks. You know, you like hot dogs in your buns. You know what I'm saying? You going to jail, but they don't do that no more. But if you're talking about it by force, yeah, that's a crime. You know what I'm saying? You can't violate the sanctity of his sphincter. You know what I'm talking about? You can't do that. No, that's illegal in prison. You know what I'm saying? It's rarely that people get prosecuted for it because something like that, ain't nobody gonna press no charges or they have to catch you. Man, ain't no dude gonna be like, oh, he raped me. Now, not only did you get your manhood taken, but you told. That's double black eyes in that environment. You know what I'm saying? You know, every environment is different. That's why it behooves you to stay out of certain environments. You say some have sodomy charges. Now they will charge you with sodomy even if it's consensual, if it's with a minor. But you got people who've been charged with having sex with a minor, and technically they were a minor themselves. You know what I'm saying? That has occurred. The boy's 17, the girl's 16. They locked the boy up. Technically, they're both minors. Technically, neither one of them can consent. They locked the boy up. It's some that have been 18, just graduated high school, and he was already with this girl. She might have been 16, 17, and then they charged him with a sex crime because technically he's an adult. That's how they kick their game. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would tell them the other day, like I told y'all this before, that's why you shouldn't even have your children dating in that capacity in high school anyway. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do in your life. And most of you already know that. And I know some stories be cute to tell. We loved each other since high school. But the reality is that is not what's happening for most people. They're having emotional and mental upheaval from the separation from other people that they shouldn't have even had because they're not mentally or emotionally capable of dealing with that, especially when you start incorporating in sexual activity. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does a 14-year-old need to be in a 3-year relationship with a boy for? What is that doing for them? Not a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? But you think it's cool because culturally, that's how we live. You know what I'm saying? But at a different time in the world or different places in the world right now, they don't do that. Not finna have my preview. This girl just got a period and she talking about she interested in a boy. Nigga, how? Just like we were talking about last night, and people talking about this 17-year-old boy ought to be paying. It's bad enough these young girls in high school wearing full installs. Why is a little boy supposed to be trying to figure out how to pay for that? She got a whole install in her head. She ain't pay for that. You know how many wee-wees her mama had to see to pay for that? I'm in a bind, Nate. I need this money, Nate. Yeah, man. Ugly world we live in. Come on, Silo. But see, people don't want to talk about it because you be like this here. Don't talk about it. Hey, man, look here, man. Y'all know what's going on out here. It's a whole bunch of women act like they get into some money. They are low-grade prostitutes. You want to know why it's so many doggone stories coming? See, when we was in school, you never heard about women getting caught having sex with students. Now you hear about it all the time. And you know why? Because you got young scallywags who are teachers. Because you think because this woman is a professional and she got degrees that she is not a low-ranked scallywag. She was a low-ranked scallywag in middle school. She mutated it more in high school, and she came to her full form when she graduated from college. Go ahead.
Say, for Alahym so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For Alahym sent not his son into the world to condemn the world.
He ain't sent him to condemn the
but
world.
that the world through him might be saved.
Might be what?
Might be saved.
Might be what?
Might be saved.
Go on, give him John 8:19. That's what he came for. But people don't want to hear that. You thinking, oh, that's a career woman. That woman's a whore. Education don't give you no class time. It don't give you no morals, no standards, no ethics, no nothing. I already know this. And anybody who's been alive and in them environments already know this. That the biggest whores are college women, educated women, career women, big hoes. You know what I'm saying? That's why they always complaining why nobody don't want them, because you've been with half the city, man. You don't know how to be with nobody. And so you want to blame the men. It ain't the men's fault. You let yourself get passed around that Halloween candy, how that's my fault. See, they've been showing us whore career women on TV since at least the 70s and 80s, and that's a fact. And it's a weird correlation. Like, man, you smart, but you're not smart with your vagina. It's amazing. Go ahead.
So I am one that bear witness of myself, and the Abba that sent me bear witness of me. Then said they unto him, where's your Abba? Yahushua answered, you neither know me nor my Abba. If you had known me, you should have known my Abba also. These words spake Yahushua in the treasury as he taught in the temple. No man laid hands on him, but his hour was not yet come.
Not yet come.
Then said Yahushua again unto them, I go my way, and you shall seek me, and shall die in your sins.
You shall what?
You shall die in your sins.
Why?
Where I go, you cannot come.
You can't come.
Then said the Yahudim, will he kill himself? Because he said, where I go, you cannot come.
My God, today.
And he said unto them, you are from beneath, I am from above. You are of this world, I am not of this world. I said therefore unto you that you shall die in your sins. For if you believe not that I am he, you shall die in your sins. Then said he unto them, who are you? Yahushua said unto them, even the same that I said unto you from the beginning.
From the beginning.
I have many things to say and to judge of you, but he that sent me is true. And I speak to the world those things which I have heard of him. They understood not that he spake to them of the Abba. Then said Yahushua unto them, when you have lifted up the Son of Man, then shall you know that I am he, and that I do nothing of myself, but as my Abba hath taught me.
That's good. Now let's go more talking about tempting. Mark 10. Let's go to Mark 10. 10 and 1. And listen, y'all, that ain't all women. That's just a subset of women. We know every woman who went to college ain't no whore, but it damn sure a lot of them, though. Just like we know every dude that's in the fraternity ain't no punk, but it's damn sure a lot of them, though. I only say that because that video keep making rounds of them niggas grinding on each other, listening and knocking the boots. Man, I wish a nigga would. I'm talking about if I'm sitting somewhere, so yeah, fellas. So we're going to go out on the stage, right? I need you to be like this here, swaying with your brother. And while y'all doing that, I'm going to play somebody rock and knocking up. I'm going to punch that nigga in mine. So I need to know what about me made you think I was a faggot. Because clearly this is complete, total faggotry behavior. Ain't nothing masculine about none of this. Look at, man, I can hug my brother. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't hugging him from the back. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to whine on me. That's what you... No, bro, I'm not doing that with this nigga, man. Look here, man. I don't mind being close with my brother. I don't never want to be that close though. Not that close. Boy, balls is on cheeks. And y'all moving with rhythm. Listen, whether intentional or unintentional, somebody got them a stiffy. I'm just telling you, it happens. Them niggas had on dress pants too. That's thin material. Somebody got an experience he wasn't making on when they went out there that day. Somebody did, and you know it too. I say that because they young. When you that young, boy, you get one just when the wind blow the wrong way. You ain't got to be. That's what I'm saying. I ain't even saying you got to be thinking about nothing sexual, but look at man, that's friction.
Nigga be in the middle of the class, middle school.
Out of nowhere.
I can't get up
Yes.
right now.
Scared to get
Listen,
up.
you know what I'm saying? Not lovers and friends. That boy stupid. Listen, you know, we used to wear nylon sweatpants, you know, back in them days, man. You talking about being in the 9th grade to the 12th grade, man, with that material on, man, all they got to do is rub on. Wow. and every time it happened, come here, son, come up here to the, oh, no, I'll take that referral.
My name is Mike and I like sports.
So you talking about young 19, 18, 19, 20-year-old young men, man? Nigga got on dress, that's their material. Man, I already know, boy, something like what happened, boy, you around here swaying, the next thing you know, hey, boy, what that? Line broke. Bop, bop. You know what, matter of fact, I ain't even going to hit him. I'm going to break the line and say, you know what, y'all, my bad, because I should have never been up here in the first place. Did my bad. Because I should have never agreed to this. I can't punch cuz in the mouth because he just did what they. Let me call my dad and tell him I brought shame to the family name. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do. Because ain't no way on God's green earth I'd ever agree on something like that, man. I don't even want to hang with niggas who think something like that cool. You know the sad part was every comment I seen said that's normal. That's probate. That's normal. This normal.
No, not that close. We've been to a few programs. They don't be that close.
The music don't be funny, but they be close.
Not like on each other like that.
Well, that nigga played knocking the boots, bro. That nigga played knocking the boots. What about this got to do? That's a song about sex. Ain't no but men in here. Boy, I would have whooped me a nigga in there, man. Ain't nothing but men in here. But you have to pause and think about this. Ain't nothing in life by accident. It's probably 50 men on this stage. And of all the songs that you could play, you chose Somebody Rockin' Knockin' the Boots. Come on, bro. Come on. What'd you say? Not to snug on another man's butt. Listen, we could have been. He ain't got. Why you want to play that? Ain't no minute here. We ain't even got to be hugged up. It's 50 niggas in here, and you playing knocking the boots. Nah, ain't no men in here, bro. No women in the crowd. It's men on the stage. It ain't right. He said that's the Odell coming out the water talking about sexual healing. Yeah, that nigga was tripping with that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You on a boat with nothing but your teammates out in the water talking about sex. Who you trying to heal? It's man. Come on, Sid, man. It's jump ridiculous. Mark 10:1.
And he arose from thence and coming to the coast of Judea by the farther side of Jordan, and the people resorted unto him again. And as he was wont, he taught them again. And the Pharisees came to him and asked him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife?
You missed what he said. Mr. Tipton.
I'll just read
it. Go ahead.
And the Pharisees came to him and asked him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife, tempting him?
Tell him what tempting means.
That's parazzo, to try whether a thing can be done, to attempt, to endeavor, to make a trial of the test.
Remember, and we just same word from last night. So you've been to a few pro bays for USC and Benedict College. I ain't never been to NAM. Ain't planning on never plan. I would never with none of that. I ain't gonna lie. Cause it was just certain stuff like, so you want me to do. I remember them niggas talk about that because they had a fraternity at our high school. Them niggas made one up. It's mainly the football players on it. You know what I'm saying? And they had their little step team jump. I never thought stepping was cool, me personally. I ain't had no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't ranking on you or nothing. It wasn't nothing. I was like, yeah, boy. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me though. You know what I mean? But when them niggas talking about niggas got a paddle, what you doing with a paddle, my nigga? Oh, y'all hitting niggas, bro? Yeah, because they were trying to follow behind what they perceived Greek organizations did in college. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, y'all niggas paddle, y'all a grown man. You want to spank another man, boy? I ain't on none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even being from Florida, and of course, it would have been different if we lived in LA. Like, you looking at niggas like, boy, nigga beating you up to be down with him? That don't, but that's a cultural thing. That don't make sense to us. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not how we live. Now, if we would have been out there, might have been different. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what you're accustomed to. But just being from here, like, oh, no, I don't want to be down with nobody. They got to beat me up. I've been down with these niggas for years. We ain't never had to put no hands on each other.
My little brother, he joined the game back in the day. So he got jumped in. So we look at him like, you let them niggas beat you up.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I said the difference with it, and I guess the fraternity thing is cultural too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't come from that, it seems weird. Like I said, if we lived in LA, you're gonna be like, that's all you would have heard, seen, known about. So it just would have been like, hey, when a certain time comes, hey, gotta get put on the set. Yeah, you ain't it ain't gonna. That's why I preface that by saying that being from Florida, outside looking in, you like hell no. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing all that. But consequently, you take in New York City, there was certain gangs. To get in that gang, you had to go put in work for the set. You had to go do a crime or do some old crazy junk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, say if you come from a college family, and let's say you got family members in a fraternity, in a sorority, they already done told you about this type of stuff, so it don't seem weird to you. But a nigga like me, oh, y'all niggas tripping. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tripping. That's why I want to put the context and just not rag. You don't crack jokes about it because it's funny, but the rather than, nah, blood, you're not spanking me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes I went to school with, they was a part of that haze in that FAMU band, because them boys was in FAMU band. You know what I'm saying? 98, 99, 2000, 2001, and all that. Them boys was nigga, you ain't finna haze me to play an instrument, my nigga. Yeah. I already know it, but they ain't finna be making me do all that extra stuff. Oh, you straight? I ain't doing all that. If I got to be out and do all that to be in the band, nigga, hey, man, look here, man, my people, I got a scholarship to do this, blood. So guess what? You going to have to fight me, my nigga, head up, straight up. I'll whoop all you whole niggas. Because truth be told, I'm looking around this band, look like a bunch of punks out here. Well, I'm not going to get beat up by no sissy. You know what I'm talking about? You think I'm finna whistle in a sissy do me like this? This nigga's a whole punk.
I said they got hands, man.
I don't give a damn. He gonna have to show me he a man today.
Drum majors come with that stick. Stump your behind out before.
That's the crazy part. These punks gonna jump you. Nigga got a pixie dust drive-by. Ain't this about a... Say we got into it with frats for teasing them about being hazed versus getting put on the set. Because at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's just a different way of getting put on the set. But gangs don't do all that freaky stuff, because why you want to spank bare cheeks of another man is beyond me.
The only way you get put on the set that way is if you're a female.
If you're a female. You know what I'm saying? And I just never understood, why do you need, at least on the fraternity side of the thing, what is the purpose of humiliating me? See, I don't want nothing to do with that. Because you want me to compromise my dignity and self-respect to be a part of something. I'm not willing to do that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, it's dead real.
You get the pedal.
That's why you see a lot of dudes who've been in the fraternity. They got the paddle. They got a paddle with the Greek letters on it representing. Oh no! That paddle probably touched somebody's butt before.
It did. Touch your person's butt.
Oh,
Never. Probably frat brother grabbed it to a sniff. Nasty nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, that junk gay as hell, man. Ain't no way you can justify this, man. They say also a lot of people died from. Yeah, now definitely a lot of people definitely did die from hazing. That's why they stopped at that family for the band, because that big fat black boy died. I know they still do it, but they had to take it underground. You know what I'm saying? They was above ground before. They had to take it underground. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nowhere in the world. And that's for the band. That ain't even for no fraternity. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you want me to be hazed into something that I have to actually earn through my own merit?
I did hear like a dude died. He had to drink one of the water coolers, the big old thing of water. I got the haze. He tried to drink the whole thing. You know?
And I'm not doing all that.
I'm probate, them niggas be crying. Them niggas mess.
We had a friend.
They ain't like something y'all. Them niggas used to be crying.
Oh, already. I ain't never seen something y'all. I know they be crying.
We had a friend, especially he used to be like, we out somewhere hanging out, and he had to drop everything, walk like 8 miles to go get somebody a burger. We used to be like,
yeah, if we be at McDonald's, he'll get a text or something like, oh, I gotta go. You just jump up and go.
Ain't nowhere in the hell.
This is for the dance fraternity.
Boys and boys.
He used to be like, gotta go. Like, oh, you know when they can't.
I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't do it because I'm a man. Boy, I got too much self-respect, man. Because you want me to, well, God don't even ask you to do no junk like that, bro. Hell no. You don't let junk be coming out because, you know, lately a lot of people been, you know, denouncing the Divine Nine and all that stuff, you know, renouncing, you know, being a part of Greek Lego organizations and, you know, some people part of it. I'm talking about people who in the word now. Me personally, I think people in the word put too much emphasis on them organizations. Man, you joined something and you joined it based on the information you had at the time. At the end of the day, now the reality is those organizations are funnels to Masonic and Eastern Star organizations. That's what they fuck. You know what I'm saying? Cycle through who we can funnel in the organizations. But boy, I mean, and them organizations make you do some rituals too. You got to do some stuff to be down with it. If I got to do a ritual to be down with you, I don't want to be down with you. You ain't got to do no rituals to be down with the Lord. Imagine the Lord came, okay, now, apostles, drop your pants and let me spank you. I need you to walk through the fields naked and get me some corn. You got to be a punk. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm being serious, right? Like, why does everything that they do have to do with some form of sexual humiliation or emasculation? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like everything about this organization that you want me to do causes me to have to emasculate myself. That in and of itself, I'm good. I don't care what y'all doing in the community. I'm not emasculating myself for nobody. Bump that. Yeah, bump. Oh, he said a documentary is called Hazing by Byron Hurt. Well, they know they do football players like that too. You remember that hazing to Anthony Davis? I ain't never. That's why he probably get hurt all the time. You know what I'm saying? That nigga just got hurt again. You seen that jump? You remember that jump?
Yeah, I don't think I was hazing. I was just locker room fool.
There ain't no locker room foolery right there.
Nah, that jump.
Them niggas gay. Them niggas gay. Cause when you got a big grown 6'10" nigga butterball naked, and they spanking it, and he laying on the ground talking about, I love it. Nigga, you's a faggot. Cause the minute the nigga ran up on me, butt nigga, man, and talking about, let's play, nigga, I'm gonna drop that top. Bop, bop. You gonna play all right? I'm gonna whoop all you niggas naked. You want to play naked? I'm gonna show you some playing naked, my nigga. Don't run up on me naked, bro. You gonna put your hands on my butt? Oh, we got to fight. You gonna hear a report? It was a fight in the locker room. Now don't paint me as a bad guy. Tell him why I punched him. That's what you do. Tell him he played the wrong way. Cause I ain't gonna play like that. I don't play like that. Yeah, that's crazy. That nigga said, I love it. You love it. God help us all. You know what I'm saying? That might have been why he went number one. That's why his body ain't been right yet. He turned in his man card. Cause boy, if you let a nigga spank you, whatever, you let him do that for free. What else you let him do? And you let him film it and put it out in the public. And he was smiling, cuz. Stuck his tongue out. Come on, man. Come on, man. You saw you went with a friend. She was a little fast at the time. She wanted to see the men. I bet she did. She wasn't ready. Little did she know the men wanted to see the men. They didn't want to see her. I just seen Ray Lewis. He in one of them fraternities hugging a white man from the back, sticking his tongue out. I said, look at this junk, man. 250-pound, big old punk. You know what I'm saying? Big grown rusty nigga, man. I have never seen a man in my life that I thought of need of. You know what? I should hug him from behind. You know, let me grasp him from around his waist from behind. Get the hell out of here, man. That's weird as hell. Soon as you put your loins up against my backside, my posterior, think, what the hell wrong? That's just instinct. What the hell? The white boy didn't even flinch. Man, ain't no excuse for that jump. Nah, you ain't that goddamn close. Ain't that goddamn close. That's the quarterback. Listen, I done heard niggas, they say Randy Moss say, I don't even take a shower here. I take one to the house. That means I didn't put my clothes on and take my shower at the house. So I don't even take no shower in here with you niggas. You know how serious that is, man? Well, you've been out here sweating in grass for 3 hours. You just put on your freshly expensive clothes. So I'll take a bath at the house, man. That's how you know you niggas in here fruity. Where we at?
We go to Mark 10.
No, keep on going. Where you 10 and 1 again?
And he arose from thence and coming to the coast of Judea by the farther side of the Jordan, and the people resorted unto him again. And as he was wont, he taught them again. And the Pharisees came to him and asked him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife, tempting him?
Well, Misha say she heard them gang banging dudes be on the DL a suspect too. Not necessarily because they gang banging, it's just punks and everything. A lot of them dudes who be on the low like that, them niggas done went to prison and experimented with a boy. And then they come back home and they try to keep the fact that they mess with boys on the low. Go ahead.
And he answered and said unto them, what did Moses command you? They said Moses suffered to write a bill of divorcement and to put her away.
So pause. Now where can y'all look at? Now of course y'all know how he finna answer. Where can y'all look at? You know what I'm talking about? Or what they test him again. Read it again for the testing because I was responding to me. So they,
and the Pharisees came to him and asked him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife, tempting him?
Tempting him.
And he answered and said unto them, what did Moses command?
What did Moses command?
They said Moses suffered to write a bill of divorcement and to put her away.
So this is what they trying him on. He said, Moses said you can, that is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife? Now let's look at his response.
Saying, Yahushua answered and said unto them, for the hardness of your heart, he wrote you this precept. But from the beginning of the creation of Alahym,
it wasn't so.
Made them male and female. For this
so what place in the prophets will we look at? Now, Ernest mentioned this here because I know Ernest out there. Not everyone has to go put in work to be on the set, which is a fact. That's movie stuff. Truth is, most cats don't have to do anything because they're already from the hood. So they just doing, and that's a fact. That's why I mentioned that you grow in, you born into it. So if you did have to jump in, it's not gonna be weird to you. But like you said, look at man, I know most niggas is godfathered into the game, just like some niggas are legacy candidates in a fraternity and legacy candidates in a Masonic organization. Because your daddy was in it, you don't have to go through what this initiate got to go through. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely a fact. Some niggas get put on the set just because you from around here, everybody know your people. Some niggas born a Crip. He ain't had no choice to be no Crip. He was born a Crip. He was born a Blood. Nigga was born GD. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, that's pretty much like they say with King Von. That boy was born a GD because his daddy was one. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Dirk. Your daddy was a known gangster. You born into that. That ain't even something he had no choice. It's like, truth be told, same token with most of y'all sons in here, they gonna be born into you. It's not something that they you born into it. Yeah, you born into it. Go ahead, man.
Except for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife.
Hold on, y'all. Did y'all read verse 1 again? I'm sorry. I asked the question.
It said, he arose from thence and come into the coast of Judea by the farther side of Jordan, and people resort unto him again, and as he was wont, he taught them again. And the Pharisees came to him and asked, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife, tempting him? And he answered and said unto them, what did Moses command you? And they said, Moses suffered to write a bill of divorcement and to put her away.
Paul. Now, where did he get that from to make that statement? Sean said he ain't have to squabble. And Ernest said, as far as getting jumped in, and what I know this part too, that this is accurate, that it's quick and simple event, not a prolonged series of disrespectful manhood taking events, which is definitely true. You might have to squabble for about 30 seconds to a minute. You know what I'm saying? And really what you know what I'm saying? You might get a few lumps in, but they looking for to see if you're gonna stand in there and square up. Versus a nigga hit you and you balling up, just hoping you can survive it.
You ball up that time, they started over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They like, yeah, you gotta stand up. You better throw them bowls, nigga. That was your song back in the day, huh? Good Jim. Oh, so you still listen to that? That nigga that lame as hell. Yeah, lame as hell. That nigga probably be in the gym playing move. Get out the way. Ain't nobody in your way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just messing with you, bro.
I'm find up in a long time.
What you say? Well, you know what I hate? The thing I always hated to the utmost of my soul is a nigga sitting using something he want to sit down and scroll on get your monkey behind out of the way, nigga. And that's when I learned to walk up and, hey man, let me jump in with you, bud. Cause I already can see right now. You finna be here a long time. I'm trying to get in and out this hole. You know what I'm saying? I hate people who do that. You ain't working. You scrolling. You ain't got time to scroll. His weights need to be moved. What you resting for? Yeah, that what them boys, that what Unc say, what you resting for? Put some more weight on the bar, nigga.
They say rest 60 to 90 seconds.
That's what they say.
Up the hill.
Up the hill, nigga. That nigga say no belt, no Gucci, no Ferrari. That nigga be snapping on them nigga. That nigga strong as hell though. But it's real talk to do what he do for a living. No, boy, if they hear your house catch on fire and he gotta save you, nigga, you making it out alive, nigga. That nigga pick up the whole house.
That nigga gonna run through a wall.
Straight up like the Kool-Aid man. Hey. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Nah, shoot. Y'all, I know y'all seen the one where, you know what I'm saying? That boy's supposed to win in there and scream Duval while he was in that old lane behind, nigga. But that nigga, which I ain't never seen a nigga. I ain't even been funny. I ain't never seen a nigga spot a nigga on the deadlift before, bro. That's like the second time I seen Unc do that. That boy, nigga struggle on the deadlift. That boy come up there and lift your chin, lift your chin with his arm. Yeah, sure. Indeed, but see, he just ain't here. That boy kept it there. That nigga pulled that hole up, boy. They say, welcome from the Illuminati. You want riches and fame and power? Niggas be scamming. I'm dead serious, man. Bro, it be about 3-4 accounts on Clubhouse that just randomly send people inboxes talking about, do you want to join the Illuminati? Well, one thing I know, if you was of the Illuminati, that's not how they recruit. They don't recruit on Clubhouse.
I'm the Illuminati. Now,
I'm going to tell you, man, the barber from around our way, Mr. Taylor, he said he definitely got a letter from the Illuminati one time. He showed it to us, too. That's what he said. He said, I didn't know what it was. Fat boy had to tell him. We were talking about, he said, I got a letter from them people one time. He showed it to him. And he's been cutting in the same place for about 30, 35 years. Matter of fact, when they redid Douglas Anderson, they tore everything down except for his house. You ever rode by Douglas Anderson? You done rode by where they expanded the bus entry part, and you see that one house that's right there? No, I made it because it would stand out if you think about it. Because if you coming from off Spring Park and you go down, it's gonna be a church on the right hand side, and it's gonna be one house, and then the school. That's Mr. Taylor house. You know what I'm saying? The bar. He actually no, he went to Landon when Landon was a black school. But go ahead. You ain't know Landon was a black school, did you? You knew that?
They say Jackson was a white school.
It was. Landon was a black school at one time, and so was Douglas Anderson. Before Douglas Anderson became a school of the arts, that was a black school. Yeah, Douglas Anderson and Landon was the equivalent to Reigns and Reebok.
Stanton too, right there.
Yeah, Stanton was a black school too. Because that's the difference. Everybody out east, for the most part, went to Stanton versus going to Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't imagine Jackson was white people.
Yeah, no, that was a white school. I was just looking at that today, looking at the history of JSO and the sheriff when my daddy was his favorite sheriff, because he retired when Glover granddaddy took over. He was about at the tail end. Jim McMillan, that's where he graduated from, Andrew Jackson. That was in the 60s. I don't think my mama and them was here yet.
And you think about it, that whole area was like white. Because the Gateway Mall, remember, it was a picture. A whole bunch of white people just hanging.
Well, because Lim Turner was white. Most of the people who lived on Lim Turner were white folk. That's why when people be talking about Jacksonville to get gentrified, that's why I laugh. Because I know you're not from here, so you don't know. Them white folks ain't never coming back over there. Ever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my mom told she went to Jackson. She told me how, basically when she grew up on Pearl, where my grandma was at, basically it was like when crack came in, like in the 80s.
Yeah, they got out of there.
White people
started moving out. You know what I'm saying? They started moving to the south. They started moving to the west. And then when they started moving to the west, they started moving to Clay County, and they started moving to St. Johns County. Now they done made them Nocatee. Them people not coming back over there. You know what I'm saying? Like when them people showed that video, Palm Terrace, and they talking about the white folks gonna get gentrified. I say, boy, this ain't Brooklyn, my nigga. This ain't Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Boy, them white folks is not finna go live off 3030 Moncrief. I can tell you that right now. That ain't something you ain't never got to worry about. That's not happening. You know what I'm saying? They ain't living in Grand Park because that whole area would have to be changed, and they ain't finna do all that. They just build something out in the. That's what they built E-Town for. You know what I'm saying? People ain't coming over there, man. They don't want to live out there. Ain't no reason for them to live out there. Because they ain't finna build no stores, no nothing, no none of that. Them warriors lived out there in the 70s, early 80s, and they left, and they ain't been back since. They tried in Springfield. Them white folks say, no, we good. We don't live over here. But 103rd is not a predominantly black area.
There's a whole bunch of Mexicans too over there.
But it's never been a predominantly black area like Moncrief or Grand Park or out east. It ain't never been like that.
But I mean,
But it's mixed. Because all the junkies I see on 103rd are white. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's done different. 103rd ain't never been like that. So 103rd couldn't be gentrified. Then again, also, Jacksonville is not a gentrifiable city. Because you have the cities you talking about being gentrified are usually urban core areas. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville is not that type of city. So Moncrief is not the urban core worth gentrifying. Grand Park is not a core. Nobody's going to gentrify Sherwood. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be in Palmdale. Nobody's looking to be on Lim Turner. We can't count what they're doing out at 1-8 and Ocean Way and First Coast is gentrifying because it just was a whole bunch of land where there wasn't no houses, but they built houses and apartments because people moved here. It's reverse gentrifying because that was all white. Because for those of y'all who ain't from here, yeah, man, if you went to Ocean Way, I'm talking about as late as 2002, as a black person after dark, you had to ride with your fire in your lap, nigga. Because if you turn down the wrong street, boy, them crackers might do you dirt. We talking about 21st century now. Not 1965. I'm talking about and I'm telling you, because my homeboy used to serve out there, boy, and we always had to. Nigga, we used to be all out east, man. I ain't never felt like I had to ride with my fire on my lap out east.
Mateo, my people took me pulled up to the girl street. It was tar babies and Confederate flags.
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
You talking about 21st century? Yeah, man, Ocean Way now is different. Now it's subdivisions everywhere with amenities and this, that, and the third. And if you wasn't from here, you would never know. As a black person, man, you couldn't have got caught around there. Because she from here, she know.
She was looking for a house. And she was like, I ain't going to Ocean. I'm like, Mama, it's black people out there.
Yes, it's different. Guess what, though? It's still pockets. You've been in the wrong corner. You're going to have to keep your fight. Same way in Middleburg. Because, they build all them houses. You like, oh, it's nice out here. No, it's crackers off in the back. It's nigger.
We looked at the house out there.
Nah, I ain't living in Middleburg. You know what I'm saying? The only way you're going to live in Middleburg, it's got to be off 23. Got to be off 23. You talking about real Middleburg? Talking about getting off Blandon in Middleburg? I'm talking about keep going this way, not going back that way where the U-Haul junk at. See, if you're going back that way, the U-Haul, like you're going back toward Owen Park, you can live on that end of Middleburg. But once you get off 23 and you keep going right, oh no, I'm not living there. Yeah, I ain't living over there. Because I gotta have my gun on me all the time. Why I kill one of you crackers, man? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to live like that. We just telling you that for those of y'all who are from here. Y'all think it's a game. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody had a verse, so give me Malachi 2:13. You know I be trying to buy y'all time, but nobody had none. So when he said, hey, in the beginning he made him one. But yeah, for those of y'all who ain't from here to know, Jacksonville will never get gentrified. We can't even see downtown getting gentrified because nobody ever lived there. Yeah, because they trying to get people to live there. Like most cities where you would be like people live downtown and they moving the niggers out. They didn't move nobody out. You know the only people they've been moving out from downtown? Homeless people. That's it. Because other than that, ain't nobody live down there. It wasn't no apartments down there. Ain't none of that. But they say we ain't one of them cities. Be like, yeah, I want to live in the concrete jungle. For what? For what? Where we at now, man? Nigga, them people ain't got no yard. You know what I'm saying? Yard so small, nigga, cause you ain't even worth hiring a landscaper. 10 minutes, man. He ain't gonna be worth it because if he fair, at least $20, $30 at the most.
I'm all the way out here.
That's how the front yard is non-existent. You know what I'm saying? It's enough backyard movement.
He said your backyard would have pushed more if you done it 5-10
minutes. You already seen it. What do you say? $30 max. That's all you can charge for that if you fair. If you're giving fair pricing, it's $30 max. Because you ain't got to do no edging, barely no weed eating. Like you said, you're not riding back there with no ride lawnmower. It's gonna have to be pushed, and then when you're gonna be done immediately.
You get that whole block. You gonna make out all right.
Yeah, now you make it all right now because you come in, boom, 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 boom. It's about 200 houses out there. It's about 200 houses out there. I ain't know that subdivision was back there. Junk off Morse. Whole neighborhood natural gas. Everybody got gas. Everybody got gas though. You know what I'm saying? The prices on the houses ain't bad, man. Low 300s. You know what I'm saying? I think even the 5-bedroom houses out there like 350, 370. Oh, not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not familiar with the builder. The builder is Syntex. I think I've seen them, but I ain't familiar with them. But house ain't bad though. Go ahead, Silver.
And this have you done again, covering the altar of Yahuwah with tears, with weeping, with crying out, and so much. It's verse 13.
Read it 14.
It says, yet you say, wherefore? Because Yahuwah have been witness between you and the wife of your youth, against whom you have dealt treacherously, yet is she your companion and the wife of your covenant. And did he not make one?
Did he not make what?
Make one.
That he might?
Yet had the residue of the spirit, and wherefore one? That he might seek a godly seed.
Godly seed.
Therefore take heed to your spirit.
Take heed to your who?
To your spirit.
What else?
Let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth.
Now go back to Mark 10 and 1, read it again. We're going to come back. What verse you started in Malachi 2? We're going to come back and read 15 again. I just need to keep the context because they trying it. Remember, right? I want you to continue to harken back to Luke 22 and 28. You were those who were with me in my temptations. He said he was tempted like in all points, like as we are, yet without sin. Now they're tempting him to get him to say something against the word. So they're trying him, they testing him. Remember, temptation is about seeing what's in the heart. If Yahusha is the son of Alahym, as he professed, correct, then merciful, gracious, abundance, and goodness and truth, long suffering, showing mercy on the thousands, forgiving sin and iniquity and transgression is what he would espouse. Or Yahuwah Alahym, just and righteous, and he, all his ways are perfect. This is what he gonna have to espouse. This is why they testing him. And then what I'm telling you, most people who size people to say certain things, they wicked as hell. But they don't think that they wicked as hell. Oh, because I keep the law, but your character is trash because your character is not representative of the God that you profess to serve. That's why he was stomping these people every time they would test him. Because we could look at the other one when they test him with, oh, should we give tribute unto Caesar? They weren't prepared for his response because they trying him. All these things is testing him to see if he gonna keep God's instructions or no. Last night we looked at it in the aspect of, he said, my father gave me a commandment I should lay down my life. Now when it come time to drink the cup, now let me see if you're gonna keep this commandment or not. Because now the pressure getting real. Let me see if you're gonna do it. See, this is a different type of testing. Like, we just said this over the years plenty of times. Man, that man ain't getting tested with no yams. Your faith can get tested in a multitude of ways other than the things that people want to look at, because it's going to get tested according to your desire. And everybody's desire is different. Now, some men have an overwhelming need for sexual intimacy. But I've told you this before, as a man, you don't reach your full level of manhood until you have complete and utter control over that, to where you're not ruled by it, that you don't make decisions by it, that you're not consumed with it, and that you can turn it down. And not just turn it down from a woman you don't want, but to turn it down from a woman that you do want. Because it ain't nothing to turn down no doggone yams from a woman who look like a wildebeest, a gargoyle. You can turn her down here real easy. If you don't like big backs, ain't nothing to turn it down a big back. You don't want that anyway. But let it be what you like. And you can slide and nobody wouldn't find out. And you be like, nah, baby, I'm good. Because you already know women don't like to get turned down, especially if she thinks she look good. You know what I'm saying? If she thinks she look good, that's an insult to her sensibilities. I ain't saying that to be funny, because she, in her brain, she go to thinking either this nigga's gay or something wrong with me. You know why? Because this is why women say men are easy. Because most dudes are consumed with their desire for sexual gratification, so they don't turn down sex. And the average woman knows that. Average woman ain't never had no dude tell her, nah, baby, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's why women he must be gay. Nah, maybe if the only thing you had to offer him was yams and he ain't want it, what that tell you about you? But like I told you last night, and I'll tell you again, man, a woman give a body to anybody. That's not impressive. But if she can give you her devotion, that's more impressive. And if she ain't giving you no devotion, but she giving you her body, you really ain't getting nothing. Yeah, you really ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because if she ain't devoted to you and what you got going on and what you trying to accomplish, because look here, man, this woman ain't no virgin, so she done gave her body to a few niggas in her day. And ain't give them niggas nothing. You want the best from her, not just her body. If I can't get the best from you, what good is your body to me? But we ain't taught to value that. You like, shoot, she get me some coochie, boy. Yeah, I got it. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the first rule of pimping, man. You know what they tell you in that game right there, man? They tell you, man, make love to a mind, man, before you make love to a body. Because if you can get a mind, then she'll be down with something. I told you, a chick told me a long time ago, man, that woman got to be on your team. If she ain't on your team, if she ain't dedicated to see you win, she's worthless. I don't care how much sex she can give you. I don't care how skilled she is. I don't care how many meals she can cook. I don't give a damn about none of that. If you can't help me win, what purpose do you serve? You serve no purpose. And when you I'm telling this because this is how men can stop wasting time with women. A lot of dudes don't waste the time in their life because they fooling with a chick who really don't fool with you like that. But you satisfied because she giving you access to her body. And you think you've accomplished something. But she done gave access to a nigga. She done let a nigga hit. This nigga ain't got no job. This nigga ain't got no car. This nigga ain't got a bicycle. She had to ride that nigga on the handlebars to get some coochie. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. This nigga calling her from a text now number. You paying your phone bill. He ain't even got no bill. This nigga got to be by Wi-Fi to call her. You laughing because you know his niggas out here doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't text now. I don't know Wi-Fi, man. I miss your call.
And you know what the sad part is? You know what the sad part is? These the same career intelligent women that we talking about. That this is who she fooling with. This is who she fooling with. That's how they get niggas. Because see, niggas be too satisfied with empty balls and a full stomach and she don't do nothing else. You satisfied with that? Well, I got me one. You ain't got your goddamn thing. Anybody can empty your balls. Hell, you've been emptying your balls since you was 16. Wasn't nobody around. You know what I'm talking about? So that don't mean nothing. Nah, but all jokes aside, then you, as a man, you have to see the one thing for certain. What's good with you, my G? Man, I had holler at you on that other day, man. You had done. I seen you popped in on that, man. I hope you're feeling good, man. Now, all jokes aside, man, it's something that young men have to learn because sometimes most men don't really learn that until they done went through the bumps and bruises of allowing their desire for physical intimacy to make decisions for them. If you can get control over that at an early age, then you can be able to identify the character of a woman that you're dealing with because you're not motivated by having sex with her. Shoot, I'm trying, man. I'm glad you're feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, that helps you from a godly aspect because like we talked about plenty of time before, man, Satan wasn't going to come and try to tempt the Lord with no yams because that ain't even nothing he motivated by. Listen, man, we were talking about this yesterday too. We was on there one day. It was about 4 or 5 niggas, man. These niggas supposed to be in the word. They clowning me, mad at me because I'm like, nigga, if I'm broke, I don't want no coochie, man. I just nigga here tripping. How I'm tripping? How your pockets on empty, you're down bad, and you worrying about having some sex, cuz? You sound stupid. That don't even make common sense. That's what dudes be on. You ain't got you some money, man. I'm finna go. You ain't even trying to get no money from her. You ain't asking for $10, $40 to flip something, or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ride to take you to fill out a job application. Let me use your internet so I can nothing. And you cool with that. I hit though, but you broke, my nigga. Come on, son. These niggas right. Mark chapter 10. These niggas told me I was tripping.
You want me to start from the top again?
Yeah, 10-1.
Saying he arose from thence and coming to the coast of Judea by the farther side of Jordan, and the people resort unto him again. And as he was wont, he taught them again. And the Pharisees came to him and asked him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife, tempting him?
Mm-hmm.
And he answered and said unto them, what did Moses command you?
Boom. Deuteronomy 24:1. Because we're reading that because he said, what did he command you? So let's see what he commanded them.
When a man had taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he had found some uncleanness
now,
in her.
Uncleanness, and remember, that's erva, some type of shame.
Then let him write her a bill of divorcement.
Pause. Now, some people want to argue what that shame is, but we know shame is closely equated to reproach, and the sin is a reproach to any people, because truth be told, the only reason you should be putting your wife away for is some manner of sin. And how do we know this here? Because Yahuwah didn't put his wife away for no other reason other than sin. Now, we know effectively this precept is in the text because without this here, man, God got a kid. I told you, dude was arguing this the other day. It couldn't have been adultery because she's supposed to have been stoned. But we looked at this the other day. Them people weren't stoning people like that. You're supposed to have been stoned for working on the Sabbath. There's a lot of people in that text were breaking the Sabbath. Ain't nobody get stoned.
Yeah, they took the time to bring it up to him.
Yeah, and that's a different story. I ain't even talking about on the second side of the book. I'm talking about when he said, man, all I asked you to do is keep the Sabbath. They wasn't doing that. We were supposed to. Let me read you something in Jeremiah 5 real quick. I was going to hit Jeremiah 5 today. We ain't going to make it. I just want y'all to hear what he said these men were doing. I just want you to hear. You think people were getting stoned and this is what they were doing? Hold on. I want you to hear this here, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 5, right? I'm going to pick this up in verse 7. He said, how shall I pardon you for this? Your children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods. Now, obviously, you know, people should have been stoned for worshiping idols. That wasn't happening. They were making grow. Technically, Solomon should have been stoned. You know what I'm talking about? Ahab didn't get stoned. Asa didn't get stoned. All these men died. Now listen to the next thing he say. When I fed them to the full, then they committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlots' houses. Now listen, right? Now harlot can be houses could be a place of idolatry or actual prostitutes. And he said they did this by troops. So that means it's a gang of these boys at the whole house. Oh, he taking a step further. And they were as fed horses in the morning, and everyone neighed after his neighbor's wife. Now, boom. Tell him what neighed mean right there. Now, you see how everyone neighed after his neighbor's wife? Now, you see how that goes into what we were talking about the other day when he said, if you look upon a woman with lust in your heart, you've committed adultery with her already. See his passages like that. Because these people be arguing about if you look at any woman that's adultery, you get shut up. You stupid. Well, that junk was pissing me off because you sound stupid. I'm telling these grown people. So you think you look at a woman you like and you ain't had no desire for her? You lying. Yo niggas. That's what you mean when people say people being religious because you can't even be a human being, bro. You had to have desire for that woman initially. She gotta have desire for you. But you know why that's a problem? That's why we've always talked about it over the years. There's 3 different Hebrew words for lust. It's even 2 different words for lust in Greek. Lust in and of itself is not wicked. It's what you desire after will designate if that lust is wicked. Because when he say lust, that remember we read it, that lust defined in Greek in that Matthew 5 say that which is forbidden. That's what I said. Isaac and Jacob wrote the law because he looked at Rachel and he said, man, I want that. But that look the Greek word up. We ain't gonna look it up right now. That word means that which is forbidden. A single woman ain't forbidden, man. If you ain't married and she ain't married, how is she forbidden unless she underage? So there's only one type of woman who's forbidden from you. A woman who has a husband. And what type of nigga is you looking at another nigga's wife and you like, Nasty bastard. Nasty bastard. Because the brother asked this question, which I left this out with y'all. Culturally, because they was like, how would you know somebody's married? I think the only part I told you is that you would know somebody is married because you live amongst these people. But married women wore different garments than unmarried women. Just like when you read in Genesis, it was talking about Tamar put off her widow's garments. Because culturally, that's what they did. Because that's what I referenced to them the other day. Like, you're comparing it to 2026, right? Okay, Muffin can go outside right now. She don't know everybody who live on this block, and they've lived here for years. You don't know them people like that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, every last one of y'all where you stay at, you don't know the people who you live amongst like that. But if you transport back 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years, them people knew intimately the people who they were living around. Because you trying to compute it in your mind. Well, how they know somebody married? Nigga, they know them all their life. What you mean how they know they married? He know that's Shaul's wife, man. He know that. Because the book told you David certainly knew that Bathsheba was Uriah's wife. He didn't mistakenly say, oh, she's bathing. He knew whose wife that was. But people don't want to live in the context of being a human being and living in reality. You know what I'm saying? He said they were naying after their neighbor's wife. What that word mean?
That's the hall to neigh to cry shrilly, or to neigh of men as stallions.
To cry surely. They hollering at him. Hey, girl. Well, you know that's that man's wife, man. You know that. Turn it so I can see. They said they would have been very similar to Armenians because that's kin to Jacob. Absolutely. This is what they were doing now. Now, can you imagine that? You think they were getting stoned for that? Because it said, thou shalt not covet. You covet your neighbor's wife, you ought to die. That's what I would tell them. The same thing we looked at the other day, man. If he's telling you, if you look after your neighbor's wife with lust in your eyes, you're coveting your neighbor's wife. He's telling you exactly what your law told you not to do, which was to not covet your neighbor's wife. You thinking he coming with something new. He taking it a step further, reintroducing that, hey, man, that desire you got in your heart, you have effectively committed adultery. The same way he say if you hate your brother without a cause, boy, you the same as a murderer. And what does that take us back to? What Esau wanted to kill Isaac for, you know what I'm saying? Jacob for, excuse me, and what Cain killed Abel for. Because you hated them without a cause. You know what I'm saying? Same thing Absalom did to, even though that's his father. You hated him without a cause. Boy, you's a murderer. And here's what he said, that no murderer has eternal life abiding in him. Because that's what we get to in this Mark 10. That's what these niggas don't be wanting to deal with, is that he was saying, let me go in your lab, nigga. Let me get into this lab you got going on. Let me get in this inward man and expose the things in your inward man that defile you, that are separating you from God. But you want to focus on, I ain't breaking the commandment. Boy, you broke them when you woke up, when you went to the grocery store. You break them every day, nigga. You's a wicked bastard. A dirty face, nigga. You ain't washed your face in years, nigga. I see the grime. Look at all that coal in your eye. You know what coal is? No, I'm talking about, do you know what it is?
Oh, it's made up of?
Yeah. Mucus. Effectively, it's eye snot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, effectively, that's what it is. Just more mucus.
Eye boogers.
Eye boogers. So some people do call them eye boogers. Because effectively, that's what they are. You know what I'm saying? And you got too much coal in you, I guess what you can't do. You can't see. Vision blurred. That's a lot of these people's problems. Come on, Sue. For real. But people don't want to hear that. Because I told y'all, they've been going on all week that Yahusha taught against the law of Moses. You boys say anything. What words we in Martin? Verse 4 or 5?
Verse 5.
Read 4 again, man. Ain't gonna hurt
It said, they said Moses suffered to write a bill of divorcement and to put her away. And Yahusha answered and said unto them, for the hardness of your heart, he wrote you this precept.
But from the beginning
of the creation, Alahym made the male and female.
So, Paul, go to Genesis 1:26 then. He's letting you know, so he's taking you from the beginning. He said, is Absalom going to hell? Strong likelihood, Jay Bird. Strong likelihood. Because he definitely died in his sins. So unless he received the testimony of Mashiach when the Lord preached to the spirits in prison, he's scarred. You know what I'm saying? He's scarred. That's the only variable, and that's a variable that I can't answer. You know what I'm saying? Because, Bird, you know they preach to the spirits in prison. Read that for Bird, man. 1 Peter 4:5. Because it's certain things where you look at it, Bird, you look at it the aspect of, okay, he usurped the throne. He sought to commit murder. Borderline blasphemy and lied. And he died like that. You know what I'm saying? And then he had, now the aspect where you can say, would he be separated from Yahuwah? Because he hated his father without a cause, which means that he's a murderer. And no murderer has eternal life abiding in them. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it in that context. So it's a cautionary tale to definitely not let ambition and desire to rule dictate how you behave. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, his lust for power is why he hated his father. Read that for me though. 1 Peter 4 and 5.
Say, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to Alahym in the spirit.
So they judged according to men in the flesh. So his judgment according to the flesh is he who judged the sinner based on how he died. I just pulled this up. So we can give Bird some more information on this here. Come over here to Samuel. We're going to pick up where he died at. Let's see where I want to go at. Because somebody picked 2 Samuel 13 already. Yeah, 2 Samuel 13 is actually on our docket. So Lord willing, Jay Bird, and next week, we can go into it more in depth in his entire story because somebody did pick 2 Samuel 13 for us to go in, and we can just ride on out with his whole entire story. But his story spans about maybe about 2-3 chapters. I'm trying to remember what it is where he get caught up in the tree. 2 Samuel 19, 18. Come on, 2 Samuel 18 and 10. Well, actually about 18 and 5. Now we hold in Mark like 10 and Malachi 2. So, all right, Bird. We in 2 Samuel 18 and 5. Go ahead.
And the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, deal gently for my sake with the young man, even with Absalom. And all the people heard when the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom.
So he's telling them to not touch his son. Now his son has committed things worthy of death. He's asking them not to touch his son. Go ahead.
So the people went out into the field against Yasharal, and the battle was in the wood of Ephraim, where the people of Yasharal were slain before the servants of David. And there was there a great slaughter that day of 20,000 men. For the battle was there scattered over the face of all the country, and the wood devoured more people that day than the sword devoured. Absalom met the servants of David. Absalom rode upon a mule. The mule went under the thick boughs of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak.
And he was taken up between what?
Shamaim and the Arats, and the mule that was under him.
So as you can see, testimony-wise, he's being hung from a tree. Go ahead.
And a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, behold, I saw Absalom hanged in an oak. And Joab said unto the man that told him, and behold, you saw him, and why did you not smite him there to the ground? And I would have given you 10 shekels of silver and a girdle.
Man said unto Joab,
though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in my hand, yet would I not put forth my hand against the king's son. For in our hearing the king charged you and Abishai and Ittai, saying, beware that none touch the young man Absalom.
Otherwise,
I should have wrought falsehood against my own life, for there is no matter hid from the king, and you yourself would have set yourself against me.
Then said Joab,
I may not tarry thus with you. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak.
Sound like John 19, no, 18, excuse me, except through the heart of 10 young men
that bare Joab's armor compassed about and smote Absalom and slew him.
Joab
blew the trumpet, and the people returned from pursuing Yasharal, for Joab held back the people.
And they took Absalom,
and cast him into a great pit in the wood, and laid a very great heap of stones upon him. And all Yasharal fled, everyone to his tent.
Now Absalom,
and his lifetime had taken and reared up for himself a pillar,
which is in the king's dale.
For he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his own name, and it is called unto this day Absalom's place.
And that man died with no son, so his name was extinguished. But continue.
Then said Ahimaaz the son of Zadok, let me now run and bear the king tidings, how that Yahuwah have avenged him of his enemies. And Joab said unto him, you shall not bear tidings this day, but you shall bear tidings another day. This day you shall bear no tidings, because the king's son is dead.
King's son is dead.
Then said Joab to Cushai, go tell the king what you have seen. And Cushai bowed himself unto Joab and ran. Then said Ahimaaz the son of Zadok.
Oh, that's good. Now also, Bird, to keep in mind this here, right? The part of Absalom revolting against David is a result of the punishment that David got for what he did to Uriah the Hittite when he said the sword will always be in your house. So when I come over here and look at 2 Samuel 15 and 1, go ahead.
And it came to pass after this that Absalom prepared him chariots and horses, 50 men to run before him. Absalom rose up early and stood beside the way of the gate, and it was so that when any man had a controversy, came to the king for judgment, then Absalom called unto him and said, of what city are you? And he said, your servant is one of the tribes of Yasharal. And Absalom said unto him,
Indeed, Joseph.
See, your matters are good and right, but there is no man deputed of the king to hear you. Absalom said, moreover, oh, that I were made judge in the land, that every man which had any suit or cause might come unto me, and I would do him justice.
See, at this particular point, he's trying to replace the king. You know, of course, we haven't talked about this in some years, aligned with what the beast is going to try to do, but continue.
And it was so that when any man came near to do unto him to do obeisance, he put forth his hand and took him and kissed him.
And on this matter,
did Absalom to all Yasharal that came to the king for judgment.
So Absalom did what?
Stole the hearts of the men of Yasharal.
And it came to pass.
After 40 years that Absalom said unto the king, I pray you, let me go and pay my vow, which I have vowed unto Yahuwah in Hebron. For your servant vowed a vow while I abode at Geshur in Syria, saying, if Yahuwah shall bring me again indeed to Jerusalem, then I will serve Yahuwah.
Look what he's finna do.
The king said unto him, go in shalom. So he arose and went to Hebron. But Absalom sent spies throughout all the tribes of Yasharal, saying, as soon as you hear the sound of the trumpet, then you shall say, Absalom reigned in Hebron.
He usurped the king. Go ahead.
And with Absalom went 200 men out of Jerusalem that were called, and they went in their simplicity, and they knew not anything. And Absalom sent for Ahithophel the Gilonite, David's counselor, from his city, even from Gilo, where he offered sacrifices. And the conspiracy was strong, for the people increased continually with Absalom.
Tell them what conspiracy means. Remember what Isaiah 8 says, say not a conspiracy and don't be confederate with these people.
That is sure, conspiracy, treason, or unlawful alliance.
An unlawful alliance or treason. So this wasn't a God what he did. And of course, he went to try to kill David. So what we're looking at is, remember he said that they be, go back to 1 Peter 4, because I'm going to say it wrong. What it was, 5 or 6? 1 Peter 4 and 5.
So who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh.
Boom. So that he might be judged according to men in the flesh. So according to men in the flesh, his judgment would have been you done committed treason, you got murder in your heart, among other things. But that they might be,
but live according to Alahym in the spirit.
And that's what come in the preaching to the spirits in prison in regards to that they might live to God according to the faith of Yahushua. And that's the part of the equation that we can't answer. You know what I'm talking about? Because we were not privy to what went down with that. You know what I mean? But when you look at it strictly from the flesh aspect, oh, that nigga going to hell. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at it from the Ruach aspect, we can't answer that. But we can definitely see that he performed behavior that would set him up for destruction. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Saul. You see that he died in his sins. So their only saving grace will be the preaching to the spirits in prison. And that's a part of that's why you don't really hear us mention too tough by people in here who died and did X, Y, Z and be like, boy, they going to hell because we know that he preached to the spirits in prison. So we can't answer that. But if you judge it according to the flesh, though, oh, them boys out of gas. You know what I'm saying? Them boys out of gas. And they saving grace is the fact that they weren't made perfect because Mashiach didn't come. Because if you die like that after Mashiach, oh boy, you in trouble. You can't die like that now. You know what I'm saying? Because the atonement has been made. The ransom has been paid. You know what I'm saying? That can't happen now. Go back to Mark. I was debating today if I was going to do 2 Samuel 13, so he put that on
to read the Genesis 1:26. Oh,
yes, please. Genesis 1:26. I was probably just going to do the Mark 10 for the recap, but we can recap it after you read. Genesis 1:26. Dang, I didn't know you like pumps on your t-shirt. Tell her again. Definitely a pump. If that nigga ain't a pump, that nigga a pump. Straight up. And that nigga carry a pocketbook. That nigga, so why you got a pocketbook? My daddy ain't never had no pocketbook. You seen that clip before? Nah, somebody sent me that junk the other day. That's why I said my brain. That junk was funny. That nigga say, you around here talking about, but the tender's messing with the alto. That nigga said, them lady pants on. That nigga said, why you got a pocketbook? He said, you ain't got to worry about inviting me back. I got my own church. somebody to comment.
Listen,
What's that?
I mean, it's like 98%. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that nigga fooled with Madonna. That's all you need to know.
Centric style.
99.9.
Yeah, he fooled with Madonna. Statement still stands. I mean, listen. Pac took a picture.
I think that Big Daddy Kane. I didn't know he had him naked in the book and all that.
Yeah, that man Pac took a picture butt naked with gold drawers on with his legs cocked open. I can't put nothing past nobody. Thank you. Because she said, because he fooled with Madonna. You fool with Madonna.
Silly, but
I would, if I could bet money on order, and then say, I have relationships with women and sex with men. He said, I'm not gay. And Ice-T told him, I got news for you. That means you're gay. That will forever be one of the funniest things I ever heard in my entire life because he was so serious. But know that episode. He was a football player. He said, I have relationships with women. He said, I'm not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men. That nigga was looking so serious. I got news for you. That means you're gay.
They knew that was gonna be coming.
Hey, no, because I asked some people that the other day, right? When we talk about, right? If a woman had been in a relationship with another woman, most men are not going to overlook that. Me personally, I don't want to fool with no woman who been with another woman sexually because I know what other way you gonna be with her. No, I don't even, none of that. You weird. And when I say weird, meaning that you have a level of confusion in your mentals that you may have not worked out. I don't really want to deal with that. Because something clicked in your brain and said, you know what I want to do? I want to mess with a woman who thinks she's a man, but she's not a man.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's very few femme on femme situations. Yeah, that's very few. That's just for sexual dalliances. They don't actually, you know what I'm saying? Because usually most lesbians are two vaginas, as Carlos Miller put it, that nobody wants. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless. But if a man has been with another man, ain't no woman looking past that. Unless she's liberal. They're not looking past that. You can't come back from that.
It's gonna be held over his head.
Yeah, she ain't never gonna fool with it when she find out. Your freshness seal been broken. You've been tampered with. Come on, man. Man, ain't no man into that. That nigga's a punk. It's a lot of niggas ain't into that either. That junk ain't really, niggas been convinced that junk fly. That junk ain't fly. You just been convinced to be a degenerate. So you think that junk fly, that junk really ain't fly. That junk is not cool.
Married, they have a little chick.
Mm-hmm.
The chick took his wife.
It happens a lot.
No, I think she just was like a,
regular chick.
They were having threesomes, so he was with her too.
And they didn't like, let me go be with a woman.
He was a truck driver. He hit the roads.
No, that's how she got him. He ain't never home. So she coming around there eating fur burgers while he gone.
Fur burgers.
Yeah. Yeah, she around here getting some Choco Taco. Nasty heifer. That junk ain't cool. Nah, man. Most of the time you think that, but the most volatile relationships in the United States of America are lesbian. You're talking about two women together. That's why that Princella chick talking a different tune. That chick who called, what her name is, Charleston White talked to a while back, man. She's old lesbian, you know what I'm talking about? She used to be married to a man, talking about men ain't this and men ain't that. She started dealing with women and came back and sang a different tune. You know what I'm saying? I be telling one of our homegirl that, man, like, women be talking about men, this, that, there, and the third. I say, baby, I get it. You say that. She like, men are burdens. I'm like, but you ain't never been with no woman for real. There's a reason why men die first. There's a reason for it. Niggas have all type of heart attacks and stroke. Niggas be dying just to get away from this woman. Niggas say, I ain't gonna divorce her, just let me die. Yeah, niggas start taking their medication, start drinking, start doing all type of stuff. Can I just die, please? That's tough. Mark 10, man. Or Genesis 1:22.
Saint Alahym said, let us make man in our image,
And in our,
after our likeness,
and
let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the errats, over every creeping thing that creep upon the errats.
Go ahead.
So Alahym created man in his image.
Male.
In the image of Alahym created he him, male and female created he them.
Genesis 5:1. You know, that's how stuff people be arguing on the internet. Married men live longer. It's like married men make more money. Married men got to spend more money, so it's a wash. It is true. So what? I made more money. I got to spend more money. It's a wash.
I didn't even know.
Shoot, they didn't even know even like time nigga losing. Jason Black was going in last night. I was like, Lord have mercy. He done went off on Rihanna. So the nigga say they talking about Thickiana. He said, we wouldn't hear all that. And they say she fat now. You know what I'm saying? But no, he was really talking about the aspect of this woman's 37. She done found a dude, meaning Rocky. You done had yourself go. When you got, you can always say that's been a year ago.
Yeah, they got 3 now?
Man, look here, man. I done seen women have a baby and drop that junk. We talking about somebody in a profession that's predicated on her looks. Said that lady ain't worth $1 billion. That's a lot too. But that's neither. But that's not what he's talking about. What he's talking about is you get a dude. He's talking about a dude who he didn't get the best of her, so now you feel like you can get whatever version of me I give you.
I ain't gonna hold you. The best of her right now, she worth $1 billion.
But it's, I mean, she ain't even worth $1 billion. They be exaggerating. But he's not talking about. He ain't talking about the bread because this not a man who's dependent on her bread because he get his own bread. Now, that's the thing where women look to because you comparing your money to his. Just like you stated, in general, he's not going to benefit from her money. And nor does her having money do anything for him versus the inverse if the man got money and he with you. See, a man being with a woman who has money does not lift his status up in any shape, form, or fashion. It doesn't do any increase for him. You know what I'm talking about? But in the back, in the reverse, it do something for us. Shalom, Quran, man. You who a brew. You know what I'm saying? That's just his point. He was going, I mean, he ain't even talking about the aspect of just him being with her. He's just talking about the aspect of you done quit. You're not putting out no music. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. I mean, you looking at all that. Yeah, that's not the point of what he's talking about. Because we know that lady's going to respond with that. He's talking about overall, you done quit. You done quit. You know what I'm saying? Men can't never quit.
But she don't do music. She sells stuff.
Yeah, she do sell stuff, but she don't own what she's selling. They make you believe she owns. Just the same way y'all thought Oprah owned network, but she don't. The same way you thought Jordan owned them shoes, and he don't. The same way you thought Puffy owned that liquor, and he didn't.
Maybe she's not selling no fake pop. She might sell a little makeup and serum. She's 30-something.
She 37.
That's too old for her to be on stage.
No, it's not.
Oh, well.
No, it's not. Because Sierra on stage, 40 years old.
She want to be. She making her money.
We don't know what them people need, to be 100% honest with you. Let's just be honest. We don't know what them people got.
And truthfully, she made more doing what she does now.
We don't know what she got. We know what them white folks tell you she got. But the reality is, we don't know what them people got. Because you talking about somebody on the outside looking in, talking about what somebody's worth. But you don't know what that person has. You don't know what they splits is from them draws. You don't know what they splits is from that makeup. Guess what? She don't own no manufacturing plants. She ain't sourcing no materials. So she don't own that.
She making enough not to have to get on stage.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Because they saying the same thing. No, I'm just mentioning somebody who's like this here, just like the same way they told you that Jenner chick was a billionaire. That little ugly little white girl ain't no billionaire.
Oh.
No, but you don't know it's close to it because you're only going by what somebody who has no knowledge of these people's finances tell you, because these people don't have $1 billion. You should have learned that from Kanye's situation. Because what they're telling you is, oh, this person is worth this. They're basing that off valuations of companies of what they think these people gonna say. But they don't have that bread. It ain't about to see, but we don't know what they have. And this is something I learned years ago when Dame Dash said this here. We don't know what them people have. You don't. Just because somebody says somebody got $100 million don't mean this person got $100 million. We don't really know what them people making. The only people you know what they're making are professional athletes and CEOs of publicly traded companies because their salaries have to be reported because of SEC filings. Outside of that, you don't know what nobody got. You know how we know? Because there's too many of them niggas, they end up broke and you be like, damn, well, how you ain't got no money? The whole time they weren't making no money. That too, but a lot of times they don't be making no money. We be assuming people make money because they really don't own the products and companies that we think that they own. Well, a lot of them spent everything because they really weren't making money for real. You might have had one good year, but you really not earning like that, especially musicians. Musicians don't make money like that. There's too many of them telling us like, y'all think we paid, but we're really not paid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of stuff is based on potential earnings. He said if Beyonce doing it, she can, but definitely don't be owning. They don't be owning none of that stuff for real. Like, I didn't think about it with Puffy with Ciroc, but you just assumed he owned Ciroc. And then guess what you found out? He didn't own it.
I guess I'm not sure how he said he didn't get that.
Well, it ain't even that. That's just certain stuff that's just his point of view because he's speaking from power dynamics, relationship wise. You know what I'm saying? Of how one man can get a version of a woman and another man gets this version of a woman and it's not equal to her at her best. You're not getting the best her. And you look at it as, well, you had his children. You know what I'm talking about? But when you're dealing with men, especially men with money, wealth, and power, who give a damn about you having my children? Right. Yeah. No, I know Beyonce getting ready to sit down. Yeah, there's no way she can dance like that anymore. No, but he's saying that Rihanna ain't been on tour, ain't made nothing, ain't did nothing. Yeah, but see, this is the thing though. We don't know what we have to pause that because a lot of these niggas don't be owning this stuff. They don't be owning this stuff. I'm telling you, how many of y'all thought Oprah owned TV network? Yeah, they just be faces of companies that white people own. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, we know she ain't a billionaire. They don't. Nah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Nah, listen, right? See, this is what he just stated is how some of them go broke. Because I don't have to work no more, and then something happened with that company, and you go belly up, and you have nothing. Because a lot of their wealth be tied into what they got going on with this company. Man, he talking about actively. I'm just telling you his point of view. I don't give a damn what the hell do. I never found her that attractive in the first place. No, that I'll be honest with you. There's nobody who has an empire that they built where they don't have to do anything. If you got an empire where you don't have to do anything, you're really a worker. I know it's not, but listen, it's not just the selling. If you built an empire, you have to be intricately ingrained in what's going on. If you can be aloof from it, you ain't really built anything. You're just a mascot. Because nobody who built anything is just like, I'm just off jet set and doing nothing and stuff just flowing. That means you don't really control, run, or build anything. Somebody else did. And that means if somebody else did it, they can take it from you. That's why Warren Buffett's still going. That's why, because they know what's going on. Yeah. I mean, he finna die. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, about 100. You know what I'm saying?
Expensive beauty is half 50% her. Yeah, I mean, she's not broke by any means.
Who said that she was broke?
That's
No, what I'm saying is what I'm telling you, I didn't say that. I said these people don't have what you think they have or what these people report them to have. Because these people told you Kanye had $4 billion, whatever dollars. And because a nigga cancel a deal, now all of a sudden you ain't got $1 billion no more. That means you never had it.
I just think too truthful, she knows her time is past.
Well, I mean, it's past because she probably never made good music to begin with. I don't know her music, so I said probably. Nigga, I don't.
I ain't heard work, and all that.
I heard that in the gym. That song is trash.
And you was like this.
No, I was not. I was not.
Moving it on.
Brother Ernest said, yeah, if you don't own the manufacturing and distribution, a lot of times you don't own nothing. No, but again, that's what somebody's reporting. I'm just always remember, because Jay and Dame saying this in the same interview, you don't know what I have. You got Forbes making guesses about what these people have. Now, see, because we're black and we're poor, we run with that. I was going to say most joint venues are 49-51 split. Yeah, absolutely, where the major company controls it. Because there's no such thing as 50-50. It has to be 50.1. There's no such thing as minority owner and a minority owner. That's just how that works. He said, has she put out an album since 2016? No, she hasn't put out an album since 2016. And maybe she don't, or maybe she know ain't nobody checking for that. I don't know. I've never sat in my life and say, I want to hear some Rihanna. But hell, I've also very rarely say, I want to hear some Beyonce. I don't listen to none of them hoes. Nothing personal. And I don't watch the Super Bowl. But doing the Super Bowl means nothing because you don't get paid for it. I do not watch Super Bowl halftime.
A lot of cap about that.
Oh, you can add deeper to that. I do not watch Super Bowl halftime show.
Halftime.
Yeah, I don't watch that. No, you didn't let me finish. I don't watch Super Bowl halftime show. No, I don't watch Super Bowl halftime show. Never watch Super Bowl halftime show.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't watch that. That doesn't do nothing for me. I don't. I leave the room. I don't watch it. I wasn't locked in watching Kendrick when he was performing. I don't care. I wasn't locked in when Drake. I don't want to see none of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Jason be on all them hoes head. He was just on Oprah head. Oprah is a lesbian. Let's just deal with that.
Of course. You know
Nobody arguing.
To deal with that. But you know what I'm saying? But what I'm mentioning is this is just a real talk, right? Because like I said, a lot of black folks thought Jordan owned them shoes. Jordan can leave Nike right now. Them shoes ain't going with him. He can't take none of them shoes with him. He can't take the logo. He can't take the designs. Nike own all that. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, guess what? Like I mentioned before, like Oprah, niggas thought Oprah owned that TV network and Discovery owned it. Them white folks ain't never gonna let you control nothing without their hand in it. They're not gonna let you do that. Hell no. You know what I'm talking about? I need my cut. But nah, all jokes aside though, when we hear about celebrities going broke and this, that, and the third, because they don't be having the bread that you think they got. Because we hear them say this person is reported to be worth $300 million. We conveniently ignore the part that it says reportedly. Yeah, people don't be having the bread that you think they got. Some of them have most, some of them have less. And you got to pay your taxes yourself. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Now, he was on the head hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shoot. She got a lot of head. Ain't no Paul, that's a woman. That's a woman. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't know nothing about Rihanna, man. I don't follow that lady. I don't care what she's doing. I don't listen to her music. Go ahead.
It said, this is the book of the generations of Adam, and the day that Alahym created man, and the likeness of Alahym made he him.
Male and female.
Created he them, and Baruch them, and called their name Adam.
Now go back to to Mark 10. Can't imagine niggas doing a drive-by with the Beyonce playing on the radio. I think Beyonce still go on tour like that probably because she likes to do it, and they make massive amounts of money doing it.
I think she's kind of like pushing her daughter.
Yeah, I think that's their main thing, getting her prepared to take her place. I think Jason Black more overarching point, maybe not necessarily with Rihanna, but well, he did focus the whole show on Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie about that. But now when you be the dude that come up and you don't get the best version of a woman, and you get the tail end, screw it. You know what? If I weigh 250 pounds and look like a middle linebacker, so what? And everybody else is looking, but it's Rihanna though. But no, because a lot of dudes be lusting after women. They don't give a damn. Some of these dudes be lusting after some of these women. This woman's 65 years old, bro. That's not the same woman, bro. Niggas still lusting after Halle Berry right now. She old as dust. She done messed with her face. She looked like a dog. She looked terrible.
She shouldn't have touched her face.
Hey, stop playing wasting them diapers. Come on. Stop wasting them diapers. Go ahead. It is what it is, man. I just thought it funny. You had to listen to it for yourself to get your full overview. She definitely a little chunky. Definitely a little chunky. It is what it is, though.
Let's start back from verse 1.
You can read, folks.
Saying they said Moses suffered to write a bill of divorcement and to put her away.
Mm-hmm.
Yahshua answered and said unto them, for the hardness of your heart, he wrote you this precept.
But from the beginning
of creation, Alahym made the male and female. For this cause shall a man leave his father.
Now, y'all know that's Genesis 2, right? Go ahead.
And cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
Now, let's go back to Malachi 2, verse 15. Now, this all them tempting him. We just talking about them trying.
And did he not make one?
Did he not make what?
One.
That he might have a...
Yet he had the residue of the spirit, and wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed.
This referring to Adam and Eve. Did he not make what?
One.
Go ahead.
They therefore take heed to his spirit
and deal not
treacherously against the wife of his youth.
Why?
For Yahuwah Alahym Yasharah saith that he hate putting away. For one cover violence with his garment, saith Yahuwah of hosts.
So deal not.
That you deal not treacherously. You have wearied Yahuwah with your words. Yes.
That's good. So now this is why they trying him about should you put your wife away, and they don't even realize he responding back to them with Malachi and the law. Oh no, bro, that's not what it was. Because he could have easily divorced Eve from Adam and gave him another wife. Go back to Mark 10 to finish. Mark 10 and 5, right?
Verse 8.
8, go ahead.
It's saying they twain shall be one flesh.
That's right.
So then they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore Alahym have joined together,
let no man
put asunder.
That's what we read in Malachi, didn't it? That's what you see in the beginning. That's what some people. So God put people together. Shut up. Just being simple for no reason. Go ahead.
And then the house of disciples asked him again of the same matter.
Oh, that's good, because we ain't got to go into the adultery part. So let's look at another part where they sized him. Okay, Yanil, you done waved. They seen you. They've acknowledged you. I guess she said she's gonna keep on waving. Go to Mark 12. Well, 12 and 22. Or 24, actually. 22 sounds too high.
Yahushua answering said unto them, do you not therefore err, because you know not the scriptures, neither the power of Alahym? But when they shall rise from the dead.
But that's it, boom. That's another one where they were trying him at. But we didn't read the whole thing. They're trying him with the Deuteronomy 25. Whose wife she gonna be? And that's what it hit. Man, you don't know what you talking about. And you don't know the book. Because again, a lot of brothers, at least I say on Clubhouse more than anything, you know what I'm saying? But they do get it in person and this, that, and the third. They get caught up because people are asking questions to try you because they're trying to see what type of response they can get from you. So in order to have means to accuse you and to speak against you, and you niggas be falling straight for it. You know what I'm saying? These niggas not asking questions because they genuinely want an answer. They trying to see if they can stem you up so they can see, I told you he was wicked. I told you he was a heretic. You know what I'm saying? That's what these niggas be on. And I've seen it the whole time I've been in the word, to be honest with you. I'd be like, damn, cuz. That's what y'all on, but that's what they be on. Go ahead.
Except for when they shall rise from the dead, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the Alahym which are in Shamayim. And as touching the dead that they rise, have you not read in the book of Moses how in the bush Alahym spake unto him, saying,
That's right.
I'm the Alahym of Abraham, the Alahym of Isaac, and the Alahym of Jacob. He is not the Alahym of the dead, but the Alahym of the living.
Of the living.
You therefore do greatly err. And one of the scribes came and having heard the reasoning together, perceiving that he had answered them well.
He answered. See, do you heard it said? He discerned. Oh, he answered them well. Let's see how far he goes.
Asked him, what is the first commandment of all? Yahushua answered him, the first of all the commandments is Hero Yasharal. The Lord our Alahym is one Lord. You shall love the Lord your Alahym with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment.
That's the first commandment.
The second is likely, namely this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is none other commandment greater than these. And the scribe said unto him, well, master, you have said the truth, for there is one God, and there is none other but he. And to love him with all your heart, and with all understanding, and with all your soul
is better.
Is with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself is more than all whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
This is another point too that you hear a lot of, because they always talk about animal sacrifice. Remember a few weeks back we looked at that where this man didn't even want no sacrifices. He didn't even talk about no sacrifices. That's what these people don't know. If you do what the man tell you, that's better than a sacrifice. You think this man want a bull and a goat? Go up to verse 13 where we mentioned that there. They trying to catch him again. A lot of people don't realize this, because again, this is spinning from what we talked about last night, man. You are those who were with me on my temptations, in my testing, in my proving, that you can see what's in my heart. And the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, and the man of understanding is like a wellspring of life. Every time they sized him, word flowed out. I just want y'all to pay attention to that. When the Satan sized him, word flowed out. When they sized him in Mark 10, what we looked at, word flowed out. When they sized him in John 8, word flowed out. Let's go to verse 13. Mark 12.
And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisees and of the Herodians to catch him in his words.
To catch him in his what?
In his words.
My God, today.
And when they were come, they said unto him, Master, we know that you are true and care for no man, for you regard not the person of men, but teach the way of Alahym in truth. Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not?
Now look how they asking this man this here.
Shall we give or shall we not give? But he, knowing their hypocrisy.
Knowing their what?
Knowing their hypocrisy.
Knowing their what?
Hypocrisy.
What else?
Said unto them, why tempt you me? Bring me a penny that I may see it. And they brought it, and he said unto them, whose is this image and superscription? And they said unto him, Caesar's. Yahushua answering said unto them, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's.
And give unto
Alahym the things that are Alahym's.
Now pause. Now we could look right in the law and see all that there. And what did Alahym tell you to render unto him? Your whole black behind. You know why we can look at it? He said the silver and gold is mine. So you giving that to Caesar don't mean nothing. He can have that because it's his anyway. See, they weren't prepared for that answer because they wanted to catch him up. See, he told us we supposed to pay Caesar. Well, whole nigga, you paying Caesar. So why you even asking me that? This is why I tell you a lot of people, we can put on there that Christian teach God chooses your spouse. In some instances he does, in some instances he does not. Some things are just time and chance. When you talk about God choosing a spouse, it's more so of the aspect that he put two people in the same place at the same time because he has a desire for them to do something that's beneficial to his name. Not just randomly, you know what? She'll look good with him. Now I can tell you this here though, God keep you away from people you ain't got no business fooling with, that if situations and circumstances would move the way that they would move, that you would destroy your whole entire soul. I can tell you that. So it's a lot of people who wanted to be with people who would have been detrimental to their salvation. And then there's some people where, you know what, you so pressed to be with this person, I'm going to let you have them so you can see what your end going to be. You know what I'm saying? And that also, truth be told, borderline, because you borderline and made an idol out of this person. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really see the negative aspect of dealing with this individual. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, especially if you're talking about somebody who's in his way for real, yeah, I mean, shoot. You don't think it was his will for Isaac to come under Rebecca? Obviously. Because it wouldn't have went down like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but in general, he's not in heaven playing matchmaker just for the aspect of two people being together. That's why a lot of women get duped all the time, because you want God to give you a man that you want him to have. That's why I've always told you, man, if you want a godly man, Yahuwah only giving you that one time. That's it. And that godly man may not come packaged how you want him to come packaged. You know what I'm saying? And if you reject that godly man, why would God give you another one? This is the reason being, because if he is genuinely a godly man, you didn't reject him, you rejected God. So why would he give you another one? Because you ain't going to do nothing but reject him again. And that's it. Because that's the same thing Yeshua did. Every time he sent somebody, it's more specifically Yahushua himself, they rejected him. You think he finna keep giving you somebody that you say you don't want? Because you know how simple, I'm talking about in this generation, and I don't necessarily blame the women per se, because this is how you've been conditioned to think. Well, I know he godly, but because a lot of stuff is predicated on her sexual desire. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we know that in the reality of the situation is, in antiquity, did they necessarily move based off sexual desire? No, obviously not, because they were arranged marriages. So sexual desire wasn't going to be the predicator. You know what I'm talking about? They wouldn't be like, I don't like him, so no, shoot, this just is what it is. Now, we did read with Rebecca, they did have an option, because they asked, you want to go with it? She said, yeah, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's generally how, it's not like how they put it in movies sometimes where they just, I don't love him. They ain't really do all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to cause problems between the family. We ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? That's just not effectively how that was done. But the aspect of, I have to be attracted to him, that's a new thing. That's a new thing in the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's not how human mating strategies have been for millennials. That's this period. You don't get God and get rejected and you get another. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? That's not how that works. If somebody's of God and you reject them, you haven't. Remember, he said, he that received me, received not me, but him that sent me. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody is godly, whether man or woman, it ain't even got to be in an intimate situation. It could be a friend. Once you reject somebody who's of God, he's not sending nobody else. You know what I'm saying? He's not sending nobody else because you're rejecting him, because it's the spirit of him that's in this person. You know what I'm talking about? And people don't consider that, because they looking at because I seen a lady say this, always say to do this here and tell women to have in your mind, oh, my husband would never. But you don't have a husband. And you know why a lot of women in this society won't get a husband? Because you fashion in your mind what you believe your man should do for you. You know what I'm saying? And that usually doesn't translate over to reality. Or a woman hears another woman tell a story about what this man is doing. So now she wants a man that's going to do what this man is doing. But baby, that's not your man. Just like you see women argue on the internet, I want a provider, this, that, there, and the third. Maybe the majority of Americans are broke. Let's deal with that. Majority of Americans don't make a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to deal with that because they want to act like everybody paid. Ain't that what they do? She said they teach that in every case he has a specific spouse for everyone. And Derek Prince has a book called God is My Matchmaker. Now, I can tell you right now, he ain't got a specific spouse for everybody. You know what I'm talking about? The only way he got a specific spouse for somebody is if those two individuals are for the magnification of his will and his kingdom. If it ain't for that, nah, he ain't got it. Because you can tell how that went down with Ruth. That okay, Ruth and Boaz, that was part of the plan. What was that plan to do? To bring forth David, to eventually bring forth Yahushua. That was part of the plan. For this woman to have a memorial for her faithfulness and godliness that she exhibited. That was part of the plan. A lot of people want to believe God is their matchmaker for romantic reasons only.
Time and chance.
Time and chance. That's what it say, time and chance. She said, that 60-year-old lady that said she likes her men taller. Yeah, I seen that. That was ridiculous. Baby, you better die. Say, inasmuch as you've done it unto the least of these. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, you finna die talking about you want your men taller. You 60 years old. But you know where that come in at? Even at 60 years old, she think I still got it. Baby, ain't nobody come looking for you. It's over. It is over. Max, you got 10 years left, maybe. Because people get in their brain that you're going to live to be 80, 90 years old when the majority of black people check out of here at 70. And the men gone long before then. On average. Don't tell me about how your granddaddy lived to be 85. We talking about on average. Come on, Zibbo. I seen that clip the other day too, Barry.
We go Mark. Oh, we want to keep going.
No, yeah, we good on that. Come over here to Luke 11. 37. No. Let me go down right there, man. I did want you to drop down about verse 40, 45, actually. They're not going to tempt him there. You're not going to read where they directly tempting him. But it's going to conclude that that's what they were doing. Luke 11 and 45.
Said they answered one of the lawyers and said unto him, Master, thus saying, you reproach us also? And he said, woe unto you, also you lawyers, for you laid men with burdens grievous to be borne, and you yourselves touch not the burdens with one of your fingers. Woe unto you, for you build the sepulchres of the prophets, and your fathers killed them. Truly you bear witness that you allow the deeds of your fathers, for they indeed killed them, and you build their sepulchres. Therefore also said the wisdom of Alahym, I will send them prophets and apostles, and some of them they shall slay and persecute, that the blood of all the prophets which was shed from the foundation of the world may be required of this generation. From the blood of Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, which perished between the altar and the temple, truly I say unto you, it shall be required of this generation. Woe unto you lawyers, for you have taken away the key of knowledge. You entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in you hindered. And as he said these things unto them, the scribes and the Pharisees began to urge him vehemently and to provoke him to speak of many things, laying wait for him and seeking to catch something out of his mouth. That
kind of do what? Him. That they might what?
That they might accuse him.
Their whole objective was to find something to accuse this man of. That's what they were after. We finished with one more, man. I guess we can go to Matthew 16, where they tempt him with the sign from heaven. Y'all know that one. Oh, I didn't read. Do the Mark 12. Matthew 12. Give me Matthew 12, man. Tell me what verse 1 say.
And at that time, Yahushua went on the Shabbat day through the corn, and his disciples were hungered and began to pluck the ears of corn to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, your disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon a Shabbat day. But he said unto them, Have you not read what David did? When he was hungered, and they that were with him, how he entered into the house of Alahym and did eat the shewbread, which was not lawful for him to eat.
You know, grown men were arguing that today, talking about that, man. Talking about he accusing David of being a sinner. You jackass. No, he wasn't doing it. That wasn't nobody but Moran. That's his argument every day. JC is accusing David of being a sinner. It only says he only sinned in one matter. You big dummy. Missing the whole point. The whole point is talking about mercy. Missed the whole point every time. They missed the whole point every time. Come on, man.
And how he entered into the house of Alahym and did eat the shewbread, which is not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests. For have you not read in the law how that on the Shabbat days the priests in the temple profane the Shabbat and are blameless? But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if you had known what this mean, I will have mercy and not sacrifice.
And mercy and not sacrifice.
You would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Shabbat day. And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue.
They tried to accuse him for what reason? They tempted him for what reason? Go to Matthew 23 and 23. You trying to get down? You trying to get down? You got to talk. You trying to get down? I don't know what that means. You trying to get down? Say yes. Matthew 23 and 23.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
Judgment.
Mercy and faith.
These
ought you to have done it, and not to leave the other undone.
That's what most of these people's problem is. Because they don't have any of that. A dude literally said today he should have had prepared twice as much food so he wouldn't have had to stop to pluck corn off a tree. You know how wicked you got to be to formulate that in your doggone mind, you jackass. I'm talking about, and you talking about this man going around teaching people words. You talking about, and you know why people always come with that prepared double? Because we went over this. Why do people say you're supposed to prepare double?
Because of that.
Because of Exodus 16 with that manna. There is nowhere in the text where he tell you prepare double food on the Sabbath. He told you I'm going to give. He didn't tell them to prepare double on the Sabbath. He said I'm going to give you twice as much manna on the Sabbath. He said I'm going to give you twice as much manna on the 6th day so you won't have to come out here on the 7th day. There is nowhere where he told you prepare twice as much food on the. How they going to do that, you damn fool? They ain't have no refrigerator. That's how you know these niggas stupid. Because these people wouldn't have been out there cooking no food and leaving it out there Friday night till Saturday morning. They're not doing that, man. You really think the people were sitting at the house and ain't cook no food on the Sabbath? You dumb as the day you was born, man. Nigga, how was they gonna eat? Dude still telling people you can't leave the house on the Sabbath. That man ain't told nobody that. Oh, Exodus 6, shut up. But these niggas be pissing me off with that junk, man. And that goes to what he told the scribes, that y'all put burdens on people's shoulders that you won't lift with your fingers. Because that's all these niggas be out here doing is putting burdens on people, man. Straight up. And that's right, Ozzy. They walking too. How they gonna gather with no baskets? You know why they ain't had no baskets? Because the law said you can't pluck and take none on the way if you catch the corn tree or the grape tree on the outside of somebody's property. Take and eat as much as you will, but don't take none with you, because that's nigga. Because if you're down bad, there's food out here for you, baby. Eat to your heart's content. You don't need to be trying to pack none up to the house. That means you wasn't hungry. It means you're a thief. Nasty bastard, you. But I'm being humorous in the espousing of some of these anecdotes, but actually I'm being dead serious. It shows again repeatedly that the Spirit of God can't be in these people. It can't be. Because the literal law that tell you to leave that on the outside, and they talking about you breaking the Sabbath. I'm breaking the Sabbath because I got something to eat. This how stupid you is, man. And you think you justified with God. You see how that's that Deuteronomy 6 and 25? See, I almost came off mic today to tell them that because, mercy is above the law, stupid. It's above the law, stupid. That doesn't mean that the law can be broken. That means if there's a situation where mercy needs to be extended, you're not going to be that rigid, doofus.
The boy's supposed to starve out there.
Yeah, you're supposed to starve to death. It's the same thing like I told you what happened when we went to that church, and that is a reflection of what's in James. These niggas will be like, you can't buy and sell on the Sabbath, and you'll see a nigga starving to death, and you know that this man needs some food. Now, of course, starving to death is being hyperbolic, but you know this man is hungry.
Probably ain't even the day.
He down bad, and you gonna tell him, I can't walk in this restaurant, I can't walk in this store, and buy you something to eat because it's the Sabbath day. The love of God ain't in your whole nigga. Because if you think the God in heaven and earth will look you in your face after you done told him you was hungry and not walking somewhere and buy you something, you ought to burn to the nearest hell, you wicked bastard. Because you don't know God, you stinking bastard, you. I hate niggas like you. Because the reality is, when your funky behind was hungry, you wanted somebody to feed your funky behind. That's what you wanted. And somebody did feed your funky behind when you was hungry. Then you nigga get in the word, oh, you niggas sinners. That's a sin, brother. But you know what it told you in Romans? For him to know to do good and not do it, that's a sin to him. So if you knew to feed that man and you ain't feed him, you going to hell, boy. Nah. My God, today. Oh, my bad. What is they own, man? I'm telling you, a nigga literally said that. But that nigga said he should have prepared double. Nigga. That's why I mentioned that the other day. Because we were talking about this the other day. Most of these Israelite niggas will let you starve to death, man. They'll let you be naked. They'll let you be homeless. They'll do all that there. And in the same breath say they keeping the commandments, but the love of God ain't in them, boy. Nigga don't really give a damn about nobody. For real. Because how you even fix your mouth to say that? Well, I done seen so many people read passages, she should have been stoned. I'd be like, damn. Should you have been stoned that day you were beating your meat watching porn, boy? Or when you lied to your mama, when you were stealing? When you were knocking all the women down? None. And swear they godly. It's embarrassing. It's dastardly. It's reprehensible. It's disgusting. We got one more segment. We can get off here, man. I think that might have been what it was.
What you gonna do the sign for Matthew 16?
Oh yeah, 16:1. I had another one, but I don't forgot what it was. Well, we read Mark 3 last night.
Mm-hmm.
But we can come back to Matthew 12 where he snapped on about that. Go ahead, Matthew 16:1.
It said the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting, desired him that he would show them a sign from Shamaim. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. In the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. Oh, you hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky,
but not.
Can you not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seek after a sign.
And there's no sign.
Shall sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas.
See how he hit him with that there? He hit him with word then. Go to Matthew 12 and 8. Let me check this John 5, man.
Say, for the Son of Man is Lord even of the Shabbat day. And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue. And behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Shabbat day?
Is it lawful to heal on the Shabbat?
That they might accuse him. And when he said unto them,
I want you to give them the definition of accuse in the Greek. That's what they are.
This is categoreo, to accuse, whether before a judge or to make an accusation of an extrajudicial accusation. That is to charge with some offense.
Go ahead. Pause, right? What did we read the other day? Who accused the brethren day and night? Read it for them. 12 and 9, Revelation. Because we talked about this the other Wednesday. That's the spirit of the devil, man. God don't walk. He said, you got one that accused you, even Moses, in whom you trust. You know what I'm saying? That's what he told us. Because that's all these men want to walk around doing is accusing people, man.
He said, that great serpent was cast out, the old serpent called the devil, and Hashatan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the Arats, and his Malachim were cast out with him.
Go ahead.
And I heard a loud voice saying in Shamaim, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our Alahym and the power of his Amashiach.
Go ahead.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Alahym day and night.
Tell them what accuser mean by definition. I'm going to read you to John 5 and 45. Do not think that I will accuse you to the Abba. There's one that accused you, even Moses, in whom you trust. So guess what that tell you? That man wasn't walking around accusing nobody.
It's the same word, that categoreo, to accuse.
Why? What one thing I always told you, man, I've been doing this a long time. One thing I ain't never did is walk around looking for sin on no nigga. Accuse you of sin for what? What did he say he came to do? To destroy men's lives or save them? If you're trying to accuse somebody, that means you're trying to condemn them. You're trying to find something that you can condemn them with. That's all Satan want to do. Why? He say, cast you into the fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. He's already been condemned. He said, he that believe not is condemned already. Satan believed not, so he's already condemned. If you are of God, you looking to build and heal. We ain't looking. That's crazy. If you ain't think about, I know that nigga sinning, I'm gonna find it. You ain't of God. I'm gonna read it again. Do not think that I will accuse you to the Abba. There's one that accused you, even Moses, to whom you trust. So you know who accusing you? The word accusing you, because you contrary to it. And notice that you don't see Mashiach walking around accusing nobody in the text. Not one time you see him accusing nobody. Excuse me. Not one time. Because God don't got to accuse you, because you're going to condemn yourself. Come on with it, brother.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. And by
no, that's good. You go back where you go.
Matthew 12 and 11.
Go ahead.
And he said unto him, what man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Shabbat day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out?
That's right.
How much then is a man better than a sheep?
How much better is a man than a sheep?
Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Shabbat days.
Tell him what do well means. You like to go to Chartwells? You go to Chartwells, you're in the hospital. You don't want to go there. Or you in the institution.
Well, is
not a prison institution, but like a college.
Well is kalos, that is beautifully, finely, excellency, well, rightly, so there shall be no room for blame. You got honorably and honor, nobly, commendably, in a good place, to speak well of one, to do good, to be well.
So give him Jeremiah 9:23. A lot of niggas ain't got no love and kindness in them for real.
Thus says Yahuwah, let not the wise man esteem in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man esteem in his might, let not the rich man esteem in his riches. But let him that esteem in this, that he understand and know me, that I am Yahuwah, which exercise love and kindness, judgment and righteousness in the arats. For in these things I delight, saith Yahuwah.
What he delight in, Sibo? Righteousness,
love and kindness,
and judgment. That's what he delight in. That's what they should have known when he says lawful to do well on the Shabbat. Go back and finish it. Little Bible study. Do me a favor, put that on tape. Thank you, sir.
So how much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on a Shabbat day. Then said he to the man, stretch forth your hand, and he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole like as the other. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. Pause.
And this goes back to what we was reading, where he said, resist them steadfast in the faith, and they'll flee from you. Every chance, and the reason why I wouldn't have paused and took this direction to look at what they was accusing him or tempting him at. Do you notice every time he did it, he resisted them steadfast with the word, and every time they caught a cut and got missing. Every time. This is why I be only by knowing the word and the nuance of the word, not for answering questions, not for winning debates, but when you are faced with real life situations, the word can come to mind and you can apply it instantly. You understand? Because most of us are not going to enter. Most of you ain't teaching nobody. Now the time may come when you do that. You know what I'm talking about? And you probably won't face what you face in here probably till after my decease. Then you'll be able to see like, okay, this person really sizing, because most people don't size people who not really teaching the word. Because you notice the people who were sizing him were other teachers of the word. Why? Because his teachings were cutting them. And when we talk about cutting, like it says, because people talk about cutting, like I cut you, I win a debate. No, I was cutting their heart. So when people get cut in the heart, like we seen with Cain, they respond aggressively. You understand? So That's usually when you are a dispenser of the word, other dispensers of the word are going to come besides you to try to have means to accuse you for the actuality and reality of diminishing what you're teaching. The same way he say David brought in 10,000s and Saul brought in thousands. That's what these people be at. Because I don't need anybody looking at you. I need you to decrease so I can remain or increase. Or as it said in John 11, lest we lose our place in nation. Because that's all these people be concerned with, is they spot. Which is crazy when you think about it, because there's no competition. I'll end with this. As we know what it said in Ephesians, I give you apostles, prophets, evangelists, teachers, for the edifying of the body, till everybody comes to a perfect man. So the reality is that everybody is on the same payroll, working for the same person. There can be no competition. It's not about how many people you can bring in, how many people fellowship with you. That's retarded. It's stupid. It's carnal. It's just pure idiocy. But we know that we read that in Corinthians, because he said some men say I'm a Paul and others say I'm a Barnabas and some say I'm a Cephas. He said, are you not all carnal? So when people say, why ain't no power in this or what? Because most of the people who are dealing with it are carnal. Because the minute you look at another man who preached the word and you look at him as competition, you in the wrong place. You say you notice the Old Testament dude say he not the Messiah, but never talk about how the scribes couldn't find fault in him. No, it makes sense. They try to find fault in him because they got the heart of them same scribes who were trying to find fault with him. Because these niggas try to find fault with him because it's fault within themselves, because they know they going to hell. Because they know the same man they trying to find. I'm telling you, any nigga who go looking for fault on another person in the word is because they laden with sins. And they need some type of justification in their own mind for feeling better about the sins they commit. And since I said that, read me. I know I said that we're going to stop. I got you, Sippy. You ain't even got to take your phone now. It's all gravy.
Take your time, Pastor.
That's stupid. I want you to come over here to Luke 16, right? I want you to come over here to verse 7. I really want 13, but that's fine. He said, then said he to another, how much owe you? He said 100 measures of wheat, and he said unto him, take your bill and write for a score. The Lord commended the unjust steward, because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness, that when you fail, that they may receive you into everlasting habitation. He that is faithful in which is least is faithful also in much. He that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. Now, some people will take that, amen, and equate that to money. But notice what he said. He said unjust. That means unrighteous. Let me give y'all the definition, because I really want you to pay attention to the point that he's making. Because he's talking to the scribes, because the scribes are covetous. That's who he's talking to. So when you look at unjust, this is adikos, deceptive, or one who violates or has violated justice. We just read that in Jeremiah 9. He take pleasure in justice. Unjust, unrighteous, sinful, one who deals fraudulently with others or deceitfully. You know what I'm talking about? So this is what he's talking about. So he's saying if you are deceitful or unjust with a little bit, you're going to do that with a lie. You know what I'm saying? That boy say you describing Clubhouse. But you know what? Those people are a part, in general, of a multitude of congregations, and they just happen to come affiliate on Clubhouse. Because unfortunately, people look at Clubhouse, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube as an actual congregation. They're not. Let's just get that out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Is it a way to facilitate word to people? Of course. But it's not an actual fellowship of people. But this is the reality. The way that these people behave in a virtual space is how they would treat people in a physical space. You say it's a mental asylum in many ways. It's not a mental asylum, but I know why you would say that. And to an extent, I don't disagree. It is a microcosm of the reality of the mind of the majority of people who are in the word. And because we live in a virtual society now, to an extent, to where you can connect with people through the internet, This is how these people would treat you if they were in the flesh around you. Because a lot of these people wicked as hell. A lot of these people wicked as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you should be deriving from these things, and sometimes you get caught up in the doctrinal disputes. Look at how these niggas behave. A lot of these people who you see on here, they got congregations, they leading, or these people part of congregations. Like, you know how many sisters I know, they say they don't want to be affiliated with none of them Hebrew sisters in some of these spaces because these women are, let me tell y'all something, man. How do a niggas get in drama on an app on your phone with people you ain't never even seen before? These niggas be in full-fledged, and when I say drama, I'm talking about full-fledged conflict. Going through it. How is that even possible? I ain't never seen you before. So that's a reflection of the hearts of people. You know what I'm saying? You can't just ignore that because it's not about the person who you see in displaying it. It's about being able to recognize it in the flesh if you saw it. You know what I'm talking about? But let me finish this here, right? He said, if therefore you have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? So what is faithful in this aspect? Pistos, trusty, faithful, a person who shows themselves faithful in the transaction of business or the execution of commands, the discharge of official duties, one who kept his plighted faith, worthy of trust. Believing, confiding, one who trusts in the New Testament, one who in the New Testament, one who trusts in God's promises, one who's convinced that Yahushua has been raised from the dead, one who's convinced that Yahushua is the Hamashiach and the author of salvation. So he say, if you ain't been faithful, if you therefore in the unrighteous mammon, and of course you know mammon is treasure or riches, whether it's personified and opposed to God, or avarice, that which is defiled, or wealth, or confidence in wealth. And we would know from Psalm 62, you know that he say, if wealth increase, what he tell you now to do? Don't set your heart on it. So this is where he really cutting him at. Now he says here in verse 11, if therefore you have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the truth? And if you have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own? No servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Alahym and Mammon. And the Pharisees also, who were covetous, heard all these things, and they derided him. Remember what he said in Ezekiel? They heart go after their covenants. They hear your words, but they won't do them. Say it happens on Hebrew Twitter and on Clubhouse, bring out the worst and a lot of people who profess God. And you know what's real, Mika? It's not Clubhouse or Twitter that's bringing out the worst. That's just them. That's just them. And you know why that's the case? Because they didn't get in the word to learn who God was and to be saved. They got in the word to fight. Unfortunate. And he said unto them, you are they which justify yourselves before men, but Alahym know your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of Alahym. And the law and the prophets were until John. But since that time, the Malkuth of Alahym was preached, and every man pressed into it. You know what I'm saying? Now, we read that because these niggas be justified in their own mind. Because a lot of these brews are covetous too. You know what I'm saying? Rather, what we read last night, give me food convenient for me. A lot of these niggas want to be rich. They want to ball. We literally heard a man got arrested for not taking care of his kids and was cracking jokes about the 6-7 racks that these brothers raised to get him out of jail. So I could have bought an Audi, such and such with this. Nigga, what? Boy, I'd have pulled up to that nigga house. Boy, how you got over here? Go ahead and run me that fade. Remember what that white boy said? But today I got time, cuz. I said, run me my fade. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, because that's disrespectful. Because the people got you out of jail, not only because you say you in the word, but you they teacher though. And you ain't in jail under false pretenses. Nigga, you in jail because these people say you ain't take care of your children. And you got a nerve talking about you could have bought a car without money. Come on, man. Come on, man. Nigga had to shoot me one. And I don't even know cuz personally, but I took that as disrespect. And you know the crazy I told you about, you know the crazy part was that nigga was talking all that trash, and you know what he went and did, Sid? Pled guilty. How you gonna talk all that trash and then plead guilty? But hallelujah for y'all who shot the word. I appreciate y'all time this afternoon. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Bless out the house of Alahym in the name of Yahoo Shah. Y'all willing? We're gonna pick this up again on Wednesday. I wanted to do Jeremiah 5, but what's up? We were talking about him being tempted. Peace, Joseph, man. And I wanted to roll that on out. You know what I'm saying? Especially you can see what that looked like. Because I don't think we've done that in a while or at all. Dealing what he mean when he say you are those who are with me in my temptations. You know what I'm saying? You will group me. So it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all willing, man. To the next one. Shalom, Sister Virginia. Because it's about 6 o'clock. I know you're like, man, I'm ready to go. A man said he preached 8 hours on the Sabbath. Every day. Every week. No, he do. He said they had